Go live. Oh, now we're good.
Oh, okay.
Now we're good. Okay. I had to click another button.
Oh, to go live.
Oh, yes. We'll do that one more time. What's going on YouTube? Ryan Alex back from Dopamon again to watch Game 5. 2023 Stanley Cup Finals with you guys. Vegas and Florida. Vegas gonna end it tonight, Alex. That's what's happening.
We both think so, but drop your predictions down below. Ryan and I both agree. 3-1 Vegas. That is our prediction, so you can hold it against us if we're wrong.
Absolutely. Be fun to see, this game go a little bit further, the series go a little bit further, but I think Florida's all but spent.
Yes.
And they will not surpass the Ottawa Senators for lifetime Stanley Cup final wins.
They
are currently matched them with one.
Yep.
They will not pass them. Vegas wins.
One's all you need. It's been a long 16 years as a Sens fan.
Yes, absolutely.
But this is about Vegas and the Panthers. Both teams have been really good the past few years. I think they both deserve, a chance in the finals. Obviously, Florida, President's Trophy doing so well, and then going through like a type of retool in the off season to say, hey, we're built for the regular season, not so much for the playoffs. Let's change what we have just enough so that we're competitive in the playoffs. And I like what they've done. They've gone to the finals. I think that what they've done to get here, like you said, they're a little bit spent. I think the energy's wavering a little bit, and that's why Vegas is going to win. But my team didn't make it to the finals. Your team didn't make it to the finals, so they're doing something right.
Nope.
And of course, this isn't the first time Vegas has been here in their, their short expansion, lifetime. So they've been a great team the whole time that they have been in the league, and seeing them back here is, there you go.
Absolutely, and we're back in Vegas tonight's game. So that's just kind of an extra thing. Gonna win it at home. Ashley says go Knights. It's Golden Knights to you, Ashley.
Personally, I think I'm a slightly bigger fan of Florida. Not the organization itself. I think as an organization, I'd be rooting for Vegas, obviously. But as a team, the way they're put together, I really like Florida. I'm a huge fan of some of the pieces that they have, and I would ordinarily be rooting for them, but reality is reality. Vegas is the better team. I think they're going to take it here, and Aiden Hill has been a star of that.
Yeah, Aiden Hill has been incredible.
His energy, his attitude, it's all there, and that's what you need.
And of course, this is the Stanley Cup final, so we will be 20 minutes before puck drop, probably.
According to the Jumbotron, it should be happening in 2 or 3 minutes, so we know that's not true.
Shoot.
And they're about to make the introduction for the team. It's always such a show in Vegas. They really do hockey right. In that they do it wrong, but it comes out amazing.
Was Nick Hague drafted by Vegas? He was.
Huh. They don't have many of their draft picks left. They did, they traded a lot of assets to put a really strong team together before even, their expansion draft, or during their expansion draft, sorry, that they made deals to get players, trade players out, and they've always been a team, willing to make that move to make their team better. And I think at times it's kind of been questioned, oh, should you be trading for this guy? Should you be, giving up your future? But you know what? they're here. They're back in the finals. They've got a 3-1 lead in the series, and it's working for them. Paul Maurice's 5 core traits of resilience: community, hope, perspective, acceptance, and humor.
Just getting some trivia here live from the Oracle himself. Can you name the all right, never mind. I guess I already answered it. The Vegas Golden Knights have one player in tonight's roster that they drafted. And it's Nick Hague.
Is it Nick Hague?
It's Nick Hague. That was it.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I was trying to find it. They've had other players that have played for them this year. I'm just looking through Paul Cotter, Pavel Dorofeyev, Caden Korzak, but in tonight's game, it's only Nick Hague, apparently.
Yeah, especially some of it is due to the fact that obviously they're a younger team, so they're not going to have as many draft picks.
I mean, yeah, they've been around since 2017, so
yeah,
they're new.
They're all going to be
like,
22 to 25 aged, But that's an interesting. It's just Nick Hague.
Yeah, interesting little tidbit. Second round pick, 24th overall pick. Sorry, 34th overall pick, 2017, their first draft. Had 2 assists in his last game. Was +3. Was -3 in the game before, so makes up for it. Played well in this series so far, though. Plays between 17 and 20 minutes a night.
Speaking of playing well, great native representation in this series. Montour, White Cloud, both have been pretty good. I've loved seeing them. I think 18 Canadians total on the Vegas roster.
Yeah, don't they have the most?
I
thought I saw that a while ago. They have the most Canadian players on their team, and Florida's pretty close. Pretty close second.
Yeah, I remember that being a thing at the very beginning of the playoffs. They were like, hey, look, here's a breakdown of every playoff roster, and
Look at your goalie comparison here on the screen. If we have Bob and Hill, which I'm expecting we will. Aiden Hill rocking the .934 save percentage, and Sergei Bobrovsky's dropped down a little bit with this series in the .924 for the playoffs.
I think Aiden Hill has the highest save percentage of something of any goaltender in the modern, since like the Cap era in the finals at this point.
In the finals, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I could 100% see that.
Obviously, there are goalies that have put, a series where they've only let like a goal or 2 in, but all right, puck's about to drop. Actually, earlier than I expected.
Yeah, way earlier than I expected, actually. Yeah. Get my actual
line combinations here. Lindell with Barkov and Duclair. Verhaeghe with Bennett and Reinhart. Lomberg with Stahl and Cousins. Denisenko with Colin White and Dalp. D pairings get Forsling and Ekblad starting, followed by Mark Stahl and Brendan Montour. And the third pair is going to be Josh Mahura and Radko Gudas. Of course, Bob and net.
Vegas Knights Lions combination here now. Riley Smith, William Karlsson, Michael Amadio. Carlson and Smith play a lot together. Barbashev, Eichel, and Marchessault. It's been a lot of their offense coming from them. Howden, Chandler Stevenson, and Mark Stone. And then William Carey, Nicholas Roy, and Kolasar, who has been one of the best fourth lines. I'm missing all the D, but I missed one of the best fourth lines in recent memory in the playoffs.
The D pairings are McNabb with Shea Theodore, Alec Martinez with Alex Petrangelo, and then the third pair is Nick Hague with Zach Whitecloud.
Thank you.
Oof. And big hit on Verhaeghe. That's really how you got to make an impact in this game right off the bat. Both teams are you're gonna expect something big in the first few minutes. You know, someone's gonna make a move or do something big, try to set the tone early. So both teams are thinking you got to take over this game.
Absolutely.
Ooh, a turnover in the D zone for Vegas here. A couple shots at Hill, nothing big. Their big shot not able to get through. Now Vegas is able to get the clear. Ooh, Mark stalled. Big shot in front, and got a wrestling match in the corner.
Someone sitting on a boy in the corner. Ekblad and who? Stone? Couldn't tell.
As usual, the crowd is loud in Vegas today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big turnover in the D zone by Vegas. Anton Lundell all alone in front on a turnover here and misses.
Oh. Wow, big giveaway. You can't do that. I'm refreshing my stream because you're way ahead of me.
This is the second turnover that Vegas has had in the their own zone here. So we'll see if that becomes a theme. Whoa. Rough stuff in front of the net. Radko Gudas going in for a second chance at the puck, and Aiden Hill showing him what he thinks of that.
Gudas, man, he's still after it. Gotta commend him for being very Radko Gudas.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm a guy that would say that Radko Gudas should drop, the gloves a little bit more. He's a little bit of shied away from the fights, but all in all, good D, great attitude. I don't mind him. Third pair guy.
Yep. Yeah, as a third pair, pair of fists, I don't mind him.
Mm-hmm.
But I just not a fan of how he, instigates and then shies away.
Yeah. But other than that, whatever. He's a good, good hockey player. Aiden Hill, of course, showing a little attitude. That's what you want to see from him. He's in the zone.
Yeah, he's been at his best. Ooh. A little backhand wide there. That was close for Florida. That's what you want from Aiden Hill. Aiden Hill's on top of his game when he's kind of playing with a little emotion. He's involved in the game. Mm-hmm. Other goalies, you can get them off their game when they start doing that to them. They start to get too involved in the scrums or the after the plays or whatever. Aiden Hill almost locks in with that kind of.
Yeah, it gives them focus or determination or something.
Yeah, at least it seems to be anyway. Small sample size, but seems to really lock himself into it.
And we both know for goalies, you go with what works as long as it works, and it's working for him. So so far, Vegas has not been great in their own end.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy exiting his own for
Yeah.
sure.
Reinhardt with the puck in the offensive zone now. Not able to do much. He'll fight in the corner.
How you gonna feel if Mark Stone lifts the cup tonight?
You know what? I always knew he
Ottawa
would.
said it. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Wrong color jersey.
Yeah, I like Mark Stone. Given the direction that Ottawa's in, he had to get traded.
What do you think about the? I don't think it's 100% confirmed yet, but the selling this afternoon.
Yeah, that's it's with a price tag like that. Why don't you just buy an expansion team? Like you're gonna pay
What was
almost
the?
$1 billion.
Yeah, what was the final
950.
number? 950.
950. I'm like, I think I'd rather just expand. If I'm gonna spend that much, like, why are you buying Ottawa?
It's an established franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you buy. You don't have to hire anybody. You don't have to build it from the ground up. If you had to expand into the league,
it's
Seattle or Vegas,
process.
it's a year process. There's no way they'd be ready for the next season. So, and it's a whole thing. You gotta create the team name. You gotta create everything. So
that itself takes more than a year too, right? Like the whole bid and the whole thing and the city and the planning and
so
it's a 2-3 year plan.
Billionaires like throwing around money for acquiring assets or whatever. It's quicker to get an already established product.
So at that price, I gotta hand it to whoever's handling the organization right now, that the team was valued at 650 and offers are this high, and like whatever they've done, they've made the whole team profitable after it wasn't in the late 90s. I'd love to see an ownership group that really does care about the team.
Yeah, 100%. I want my Battle of Ontario back. There's a little flicker of hope. There's a nice flicker of hope this season. Last season, Ottawa's always played the Leafs well, obviously, but I want us to be like, I want the last month of the year for okay, who's gonna get the top in the Atlantic?
Yeah.
We're racing for the Atlantic, or we're racing for 2-3. Like, who's gonna get home ice in this series, kind of thing.
Eichel with a nice shot down low.
It's incredible.
Florida themselves not doing too well in their own zone. I think both teams are a little bit maybe hesitant or anxious in their own zone and maybe fumbling a little hard.
Yeah, not as crisp. Well, neither coach is happy right now. Oh, no chance in the middle here, maybe.
He's injured.
Oh.
Verhaeghe went to the bench. Funny, he might have been injured here.
It's insane that Tkachuk is not in the lineup, though.
Yeah, and I think we've noticed early that kind of energy is just not here in this game.
Yeah. One guy.
Ooh, great cross crease pass. Little broken pass. But no big shot on it. Yeah, Verhaeghe's in a little bit of pain here.
Ooh.
Oh, got hit by his own guy, Bennett, a little bit too.
If Jack Eichel wins a cup before Connor McDavid, does that mean he wins?
Yes.
The Sabres won the McEichel draft?
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
I mean, the Sabres would, in a way they lose, but they also win because they, the trade for them works too, that both ways. That, Vegas won the trade, Buffalo won the trade, both are better teams, so, if Buffalo puts himself in a position to maybe win a cup in a few years, then absolutely. But really, I think it's more just Eichel. Like, Eichel won. And, like, I remember him saying he deserved to be number one. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, no, I'm number one. Screw McDavid. And, like...
I mean,
okay.
legit, sure, but, like...
You're supposed to be that confident, but also it's Connor McDavid. Can you calm down just a little bit?
It was
Any other
closer.
draft.
It was closer than,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of recency bias now, knowing what
Mhm.
McDavid is now.
Mhm.
Everyone was going to pick McDavid first overall
Yeah.
in that draft,
Yeah.
but, like, there's a little bit of, some dickhead in your ear was saying, oh, what about Michael?
Mhm.
Right? As much as it's obvious now, wasn't as obvious back
Mhm.
then. No one in their right mind wouldn't have, but not all GMs are in their right mind.
Yeah. Feel very much like Bedard Fantilli.
Yeah.
Kind of similar. Like, both are, first overall pick if they weren't in the same draft.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
And Eichel was the second best in that draft.
Yeah,
And would be first overall in many drafts, so.
Remember when people were saying the Leafs should take Line instead of Matthews?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I was like on the like, whoa, like think about it for just a moment train. And then I wasn't.
And then I really wasn't after watching him play.
Yeah. And I also felt that Matthews fit really well into Toronto, and Line would have fit really well into Winnipeg, but then Winnipeg kind of did their weird. They kind of fell apart as a team.
Yeah, Winnipeg didn't do very well there. Winnipeg's imploding.
Mm-hmm. They need to trade Josh Morrissey to a contender before it's too late.
Right? They got to trade. They got to dump Wheeler. They got to trade Scheifele. They got to trade Hellebuck because he's not re-signing. They got to trade. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Winnipeg is in shambles.
Yeah. Another failed breakout by Vegas, this time just outside the D zone. Cross crease pass by Florida, not connecting. Craig Colasar picking this pass off in one-on-one. Nice little backhand shot. Ooh.
Shot 6-3 for Florida here. Ooh, big shot from the point from Shea Theodore.
That was a clapper.
Big
good
shot
stop by Bob.
That's one you just get in a butterfly and hope it hits you.
Yeah, and smack right off the pad. You heard that thump.
Yeah.
All the way from the other end.
Someone's getting a penalty, arena. I think, here.
Oh, I missed it.
Interference on Aaron Ekblad, I think.
For every time that I'm like, whoa, the refs missed a call, they called 10 that I didn't see at all. It was off the toe.
Ooh, yeah.
Shea Theodore.
Kick save. Yeah.
Yeah. Ekblad was late.
Yeah, one of those they'll call this every 1 in 5 times kind of thing in the playoffs. Like, yeah, that's interference, but the last 6 times they did that wasn't interference.
It was the effort that he put in. If you just gave him a little nudge, but
if he actually hit him, he might have gotten away with it.
Yeah,
but like the fact that he just simply got in his way instead of actually hitting him. A little ice maintenance here.
Yeah. I love when the refs do the little ice maintenance.
I love when they get the little puck and they. It's so cute. No specialty equipment here, just a puck and some water, some snow.
That's hockey.
Yep.
There's nothing you can't fix with hockey tape and water.
It's true. They're talking about Buffalo and their the next few years that they're going to have. Buffalo's draft in the first 2 rounds is kind of stacked. People aren't talking about it as much as I think they should.
I'm kind of jealous as a Sens fan that, damn, they've got all my picks were spent. They had a shitty draft.
They're picking 13, which is not tops, but in a draft like this, 13 could still get you a really, really good player. And then
you're getting a top 6 forward, a top 4D.
39 45. They have one more? No, 39 and 45 in the second round.
Yeah.
So pretty
like
quick.
one of those two pan out, you know?
Pretty early second round picks in a deep draft. You're gonna get 3 first round pick type players in the draft this deep.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.5.
And that's easily, the 13th overall pick, they'll pan out the 2 seconds. Even if one of them pans out, that's a successful draft.
Exactly.
Oh, an amazing tip.
Oof.
Jonathan Marchessault just tipping this puck right at the net. Great tip, but Bobrovsky had it. And this is another Florida tries to dump it out, can't dump it out. Quick tic-tac-toe pass by Vegas. Neither team has been very good in their own defensive zone. And I think that's going to be the killer in this game because eventually we've seen a few chances already. This has not been a very tight game. This doesn't feel like Game 5. This doesn't feel like Stanley Cup's in the building and they're all, dialed in. Both these teams are kind of a little bit of a loose grip on D right now. So
yes, kind of holding his stick a little hard. I think second period will be a little bit tighter, but someone's got to score to take advantage of this little looseness here on defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because both teams are going to go into the intermission, look at some videos, say, here's what we're doing wrong, let's fix this, and they're going to come back, a little bit more focused, a little bit more clear.
If you see the chat right now, Alex.
I'm a chicken. There are no chickens in this hockey game.
Where do you see the chicken?
I'm not a chicken.
Go Cats. I feel like in an expansion to rural United States kind of vibe, kind of a Midwestern vibe, and their mascot's chicken.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great one.
Like the Tennessee somethings.
The Alabama chickens. Alabama Cluckers.
The Cluckers. No. The Alabama Pluckers.
Ooh.
Power play over here, obviously. And
That was a good power play. I'd say
couple of good chances.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Vegas definitely played their game in the offensive zone. They made the passes they wanted to. They connected. Obviously, still 0-0 halfway through the first, but
I think Brandon Montour almost lit somebody up in the neutral zone. You see that?
Yeah.
Had him lined up. Delayed penalty called here. Someone faked the hit. That was lame. Hagen Colasar. Chirping with Sam Bannon on his way off.
Oh, okay. It's like, just a split second late the first hit, and then Colasar just completely gives him a shove after.
Gives him a shove. Bennett, I think, is jumping the other way, but
yeah. I mean, it was a dive a little bit, but he did it.
Oh yeah, he still did it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was waiting for something. I'm standing there like that first one wasn't a penalty. Then I see him go for the after.
The chat's popping off, Alex. Chat's absolutely popping.
Well, we have great fans here at Dopamon.
Watching boys chase each other around. Chase each other around with knife shoes.
Well, you know us. We like to, scout juniors. We like to watch little boys.
Oh no. Oh no. He said it. He said the thing.
Play hockey.
That's it. Get banned. Get banned. I made you disappear.
Oops. Oh. But did you mute me?
No, I can though. I can't stop me. Well, don't make me mute you. Put you on timeout. Put you in the penalty box for
2
2
minutes
minutes
in
or
the penalty
less.
box. 12 years penalty box.
5 minutes, no trouble. Graphic here for Stanley Cup final power play for the Panthers is 0%. They haven't scored a power play goal against the Golden Knights. That's probably why they're losing.
Mm. And they have some firepower too, so. And of course, their power play percentage was about 30% in the first 3 rounds, so it is abnormal. It's not like it was low. It's not like there is, any clear indication, but they get their chance to make it higher than 0 now.
Happy Cat found a chicken and milk. That was some shots.
That was
Oh,
offside. That was the most offside
looked pretty
I've ever
offside,
seen.
yeah.
Yeah, both teams are just kind of not at their best right now.
Shaky.
Yeah.
I know we're watching, that's why.
Yeah, we're laying the pressure on.
Shot's only 6-6 though, as much as it's kind of a defensive, shakiness. And no one's really taken advantage of it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there have been chances, cross crease, turnovers, but you know what? That despite what all the players being shaky, both goalies right now look incredible. Gotta say, Bobrovsky's made a couple, amazing saves. Aiden's been on, but Hill's been on point. So speaking of Hill, amazing save by
Wow.
Aiden Hill. Look at that left leg. Cross crease, Aiden Hill tracking the puck, keeps his leg out, keeps the puck out. Oh, we got Mark Stone the other way.
Oh, chance.
Oh,
Oh,
there we
roofed.
have it. First goal of the game, Vegas short-handed goal by Mark Stone, arguably one of the greatest defensive forwards in the NHL right now. Yeah, this starts with Aiden Hill. Amazing cross crease. He sticks his left leg out, does the splits, kicks the puck. Craig Colasar bowing his head, shaking, and then going the other way. Mark Stone, all alone, incredible patience, just walks the puck in. He's like a foot and a half, 2 feet in front of Bobrovsky when he finally lets this shot go, roofs it over the glove. And that's such a Mark Stone move. Mark Stone, when he has the puck, controls the play, like the pace of the game. He absolutely has. He uses his hands, uses his speed, despite not being a great skater. Uses incredible positioning, and just dominates. And when he has the puck, the whole game revolves around him. Amazing goal and shorthanded to boot. That's his ninth of the playoffs, and I would love to see him hoist the cup.
The captain gets it started.
Kind reminder to keep our chat child friendly. Oh, and we have another breakaway. Smith denied by Bobrovsky in a big slap shot, but not enough space to kind of make a move, so.
I'm a kid. Well, shit, you got us. Haha, I found it.
Now, what's Florida's response here? Do you think they come back with a physical edge, try and bully their way to the end of the period, and come back strong in the second?
Yeah, they gotta clamp down, man. Both these teams, they've been really lucky. This game isn't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3-0 on either
5-4.
side.
Like,
Yeah, so I think whatever happens here, you get physical, right? Hell yeah.
and almost another
Wow,
chance.
almost a turnover
Louis.
again.
Yeah.
Now Florida can't. They can't. They can't do too much right now. They have to continue to just really do their thing. Another pinch like this is a 2-on-1.
Oh God! Wow, I do not know how this.
How did that stay out? It's in.
Oh no, it is in. No, nobody knows right now where the puck is, how it got in.
That puck kind of kicked out into the slot, and I think Nick Hague might have buried it.
Wow. So another is a 2-on-1 here, and there was a pass. The shot didn't get off. Bobrovsky with a crazy stretch to the blocker side, and somehow this puck might have crossed the line.
They have to stop taking these big chances. Vegas is going to run away with this really fast if they don't clamp down, especially down the middle. But
oh my God,
just giving up these random odd man rush chances. That stick saved his life. Oh
yeah,
and it went in. Yeah, the whistle might have blown though.
Oh,
when's the whistle?
I might now. We hear the whistle.
Oh,
the whistle happens
that whistle
after
went.
The goal. But I think they should. They might give this one. They might call this goal back.
I think the whistle might have went.
We hear in the overhead view, they showed it where the whistle happened like a split second out. Like he's clearly, the ref was blowing it at like it was right after the goal went in. He blew it, but
They're talking about it being a continuation play as well.
Actually, yeah, they're letting it go. Yeah, that's
good goal. After. Wow.
Yeah.
2-0 Vegas.
Puck's free.
Nick Hague's second in the playoffs from Eichel and White Cloud, the official score right now.
I think what you were going to say, Florida needs to clamp down because they can very easily let this game go. This can happen.
Yeah, as I was saying, maybe don't pinch every time and give up another odd man rush. They have to really watch these pinches.
They almost gave another one away.
Yeah. Mahura almost gave it away here.
Yeah.
And see, right odd man rush almost the other way. Wow. You can't force offense as much as Vegas is gonna be a very good defensive team, and they're not locking down right now, but they're a good defensive team. You can't force yourself into these odd man rush scenarios. You have to
be patient, let them come to you. Let Vegas is making mistakes, let the mistakes come to your the puck come to your stick. You can't force like Bennett here trying to weave his way through the neutral zone and just losing it. Like you can tell after the second goal, they're all trying to like skate a little bit harder and get the puck deeper, but not really like taking, they're just trying to force nothing here. I am down like a crocodile.
Oh no. Maybe I'll leave. Bye. Goodbye. I'm
leave us alone here.
This is a solo stream now. It's private.
You can sign up for our only dope, the Dopely fans.
Dopely fans?
And become a private stream.
Show you a private stream. That was bad. Sorry.
Well, if we both had streams, then our streams could cross.
Oh. No one should have given us this opportunity to stream. How dare you? How dare they give us this opportunity?
And we sit there and we're like, why aren't these like big networks like Sportsnet reaching out to us? We have such a professional.
Yeah, totally.
They watch us for
I've
5 minutes
always
and they're
thought
like,
that.
no.
This was the one time someone was in the stream watching,
Mm-hmm.
scouting us. Meanwhile,
If you're,
in the Dopamon chat.
we don't
hell
have.
breaks
Do we have
loose.
one video that's like the most us
Do we have one video
that
that's
somebody should watch? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what I would suggest.
because like personally, I'd want like the Ivan Miroshnichenko. You know, like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But like, it's not us.
This is just you, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. So
By definition, not us. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, okay, like, what?
Given that second assist to Marchessault now and not White Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Marchessault's 12th assist of the playoffs.
Do you remember that tweet by Vegas in the the draft? We select Jonathan Marchessault. That was a great tweet.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
Vegas tweeted like in the expansion draft we select Jonathan Marchessault. Just trolling Florida
Oh, right.
because he played for Florida.
Aha.
Yes.
They still have Riley Smith and Marchessault from that expansion draft from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that. That's fun. All these storylines. It's been so long. I'm a Golden Knight. Yeah, they're talking about the Florida being caught, caught on these on-man
Mhm.
Russians a little too much. So
Yeah, these
our
D are way
in-game
too aggressive.
analysis is not that far off.
Yeah, we're ahead of the announcers here, so
Yeah.
that's the quality that hockey reporting that you get here at Dopamon. Oh, look like a dump and smacked off somebody's face.
Someone took a puck to the teeth there. That was strange.
Yeah.
Florida needs one before the end of the period here just to feel something going into intermission.
And not feel the pressure of being down, This is a tough... Because you don't expect to score, 3 or 4 goals, more than that in a game like this. To already be down 2, you have to score 3 goals to win, at least. And if they can't get one here, they got to get 3 in 2 periods in 40 minutes. And that, if they can't get 1 in 20, that's, it makes the job that much harder.
Yep. How's that mock draft coming along?
It's going well.
Figure out that top 4 at least now?
No.
No? Shit.
No.
I got a top 5. I got a top 64 that I'm rocking with right now, so
wow.
Do it or I'm doing it without you. And I don't want to do it without you.
Yeah, I know. Gonna do a top 160?
I don't know about that. Did you do 160?
160?
I think you just had your rankings, whatever they went to.
Yeah, that's exact. I think I had like 5 more, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Michael leads the NHL in assists this playoffs with 18. That's cool. If it
He
ends
has been good. That trade was amazing.
If it ends tonight, who's your Conn Smythe?
Ooh. Aiden Hill.
Aiden Hill, just give it to the goalie. And giving it to the goalie is easy.
Yeah, and like, it becomes a conversation of, do you give it to the guy who did it all playoffs, or this series really led the way, or is it just, whoever got the most points, like, just give it to Eichel?
Marchessault's another guy I'd consider. I'd consider
Mhm.
giving it to one of the like a Panther, to be completely honest.
Mhm.
Like Kachuk has been unbelievable all playoffs.
Yeah,
Bob has been unbelievable
yeah.
all playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked if they gave it to one of them. One of the only times that the losing team has got the Conn Smythe.
hmm
This might be that year.
I would consider Matthew Kachuk maybe if this series went to like 7
Mm,
and he was such that, scoring goals, he's like huge, but they haven't really, I feel like just because of this series that they haven't been able to like,
there's
really
a chance here.
dominate. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no obvious guy to me on
hmm
Vegas, like number one. Couple guys that I realistically could see, like Mark Stone, Jack Eichel, John Marchessault, Aiden Hill. Aiden Hill's at an insane Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, like, I don't want to jinx anything, but if he, you know, doesn't get scored on tonight, like I'd be like, hey, Conn Smythe, like he didn't. His
Yeah, let's just
performance is
top it
just he's
off.
dialed in. Yeah, especially like when you have a lead in a game, you can convince yourself, hey, I can not I can relax a little bit, but he's clearly not that guy. I feel like he can be up like 10-0 in a game and still be like the dialed in Aiden Hill that he is. So
What are the current Conn Smythe betting odds?
I think we've seen that too. We've seen Vegas put up big wins, and the last 2 minutes of the game, Aiden Hill is still like dialed in the big wins. So I like that about him.
Right now, the best odds to win is actually Jack Eichel at plus 1200.
Yeah.
Matthew Kachuk is second at plus 1500,
Wow.
and then it
Okay.
drops. Mark Stone plus 2000. Oh, those are outdated odds.
Okay.
Now it's Marcia. It's actually Marcia So Hill Eichel Kachuk. William Carlson, Shea Theodore.
Turnover in the D zone by the Golden Knights, but they are able to get it back and out. So
Last minute of play here. First period. Man, Florida can't get anything sorted in the offensive zone right now.
and they've gotten a couple of just chances where they've thrown the puck at the net, thrown it cross crease, and there's been a guy there,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't feel like their plan.
No, it's just like they're just throwing it because that's the only guy that's open.
That's the
That's the
high
only
chance, right?
option.
Yeah.
Good
And
point.
like you said, they're forcing it. They're not, playing into the Golden Knights' strategy, trying to counter it. They're just forcing it, throw the puck in front of the net, and hope somebody's there. And it hasn't worked. And the one time it did work, Aiden Hill's left foot was in the way. So
Vegas up two after one. Goals by Mark Stone, shorthanded, and Nick Hague.
and a great goal too. That was a constant effort. Making sure that you're on the puck. The play isn't dead until the whistle blows. Keep playing for it. Keep pushing. I don't think I've ever seen like a player, you know, it happens as a result of it, but never directly being like, oh, I'm going to go for that second chance and get a penalty for unless they're just too aggressive on it. To go for a second chance, you piss off the goalie, you piss off the team, you get a roughing penalty, maybe. But like, hey, as long as the play is still on, as long as the whistle hasn't been blown, go for that puck, and Vegas was rewarded for it. And even if for a second Nick Higgs said, "Hey, you know what? I won't go as hard on that puck," then hey, this would be a 1-0 game, and maybe Florida has some more energy. Who knows?
According to the NHL website here, Vegas actually is credited with more giveaways. They have 9-7. So
I'd
Florida,
believe that the first half of the period, it was like 5 or 6 in the first few minutes at Vegas. Like they just couldn't get the puck out of their own zone. So
both teams' road to their finals here is kind of crazy. Fun playoffs this year if it ends tonight.
very, yeah.
Underrated playoffs. I think some of the teams might not be, the biggest, fan bases in Canada anyway, but still very big fan bases.
I'm gonna say that like nobody guessed Vegas versus Florida.
No, people
Like,
might even be guessing Vegas, but if you told me at the
yeah,
beginning of the playoffs, well, yeah, Florida's going to make a run.
yeah. Either or. Like if somebody said Florida, yeah. Somebody said Vegas, yeah, but not both.
Yeah, no, not both together.
No, nobody guessed both.
It's true.
And if you did, and tell us in the comment section down below that you did, and that was your guess the whole time, and then
Show us
prove
the
it.
receipts. Trick is to prove it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's why we have a YouTube channel. We don't care about hockey; it's about ego. Just so I can be like, yeah, see, 2 years ago when I predicted that and I was right.
Remember when I said Topi Niemela was going to be a dope prospect? You're still riding that wave.
He's pretty good. He'll get there.
Niemela Hirvonen for
I wasn't
Clevin trade.
as big on Hirvonen, but I love Topi Niemela.
Yeah.
Excited to have him eventually play for the big team, make it to the big leagues.
Yeah, outside chance he makes his NHL debut next year, but he'll get probably a full year at the AHL and
yeah,
with the Marlies, and then
give him 5
need
games, whatever.
If they need him, yeah, bring him up.
Yeah.
Why not?
He's got. Obviously, the Marlies were eliminated in the AHL playoffs. He had 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in 7 games, and I feel like he. Yeah, I watched a couple of the Marlies playoffs games. He was really good. I liked him. I thought he was in the regular season kind of scared. North American hockey is a little bit different. You got to get used to it, and then shook it all off, and experience took over in the playoffs. And I think that's something. A playoff performing defenseman is something that the Leafs could really use.
You know what? You're right.
And he's gonna be a guy that, like, hey, maybe all season you're like, I wanted more from him. He only got like 12 points or something. You're like, yo, he could have gotten 30 to 50. He should be getting more. And then he's gonna come out in the playoffs and be sharp.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's.
I'm excited. I've been excited since we drafted that guy. Since I saw him in the World Juniors, since you told me he was good, and then I heard his name called. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been pumping Topi Niemela's tires for a long time.
So, and for D, you have to be patient.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like even if it's 2 seasons from now, 3 seasons from now, I'm not. I'm still waiting.
Yeah. Because I've seen people trash talk that trade because not like me like, oh, why are we going for Topi Niemela? Oh, what a failed prospect. And it's like, whoa, calm down.
No one has Tyler Clevin made his NHL debut yet.
Yeah, I think that's a point or 2. Yeah,
nice.
Remember?
So they're winning that trade. Is what you're saying.
But that's not why. They're like more on Niemela than Tyler Clevin.
Ottawa has more opportunity to.
That's exactly why.
Promote guys like that.
Yeah. Clevin would not make the Leafs roster.
No. He was standing right on top of Bobrovsky in his replay.
Yeah. Like he is a foot and a half. The puck's a foot and a half away from Bobrovsky. I don't think I've seen like a playoff goal like that ever.
Kind of poor defense there from
Absolutely. Montour has to, as he's backing up, cut both the pass and the shot and do a 45-degree angle with his body instead of moving back and just, trying to take the pass, angle his body to get his feet out, something to take away the shot as well, put more pressure on Mark Stone, take away his space, because he just gave Mark Stone everything. And Mark Stone, you can tell he kind of walked in, was like, okay, I'll
Yeah,
take it.
after a
You
while, he's
give
just
me an
like,
inch, I'll
yeah,
take an inch.
yeah. He was just like, all right, I'm coming. I'm still good.
Hmm.
I'm still getting there. I'm still getting there.
Hmm. And Mark Stone's the guy, his hands are so quick. He's got
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the quickest hands in the NHL. You can't expect him to make a move and act on it and fall the way Montour did. Keep it way too early.
They're just going over all these
Hmm.
turnovers.
Hmm.
A mess for both teams.
Yeah. And I think what you told me earlier that the giveaways were higher for Vegas, but most of them were like in the first 5-10 minutes. And then a lot of Florida's mishaps in their defense, in the offensive zone where the D, fumbled it, they pinched or something. Those have all happened in the last 5-10 minutes of the period. So I feel like the trend, has been towards Vegas getting a bigger grip on this game and Florida kind of losing it.
Bennett drawing a play.
Mm-hmm. That's funny because, like, in the end, that the penalty by Kolasar opened up the opportunity for Mark Stone to score. So, like, it Bennett, it worked for Bennett, but it really failed for the team in
Yeah,
the
it
end.
backfired.
Yeah.
Whoops. I mean, you're not expecting to get shorthanded,
Yeah, yeah, of
goals and
course.
stuff, but
And that's in hockey, you can
funny
do
how that works.
everything right. Everything. You can do everything right and still lose 5-0. So, hockey is hockey.
Oh yeah. But no, yeah, not the start that I don't think the Florida Panthers wanted in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. You got to be
Yeah.
able to, by this point in the year, you have to have some clean entries and
Hmm.
connections in the zone, or else what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, really, like when they're between games, what are they doing, in practice, in the locker room? What are they talking about? Saying, hey, oh yeah, you guys are doing great. Don't worry about anything. Don't change anything. We're winning, guys. Like, no, you have to, like, what are they saying that, like,
What do you think about Paul Maurice as a head coach?
well, he's winning?
He's winning.
It's like, what do I gotta do? Take that away from him?
I mean, he hasn't won anything
He's,
yet.
yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he like almost gets there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Didn't he start his career like by going to the Stanley Cup final? Like one of his first few years in like
Uh,
Hartford?
no,
Is that who I'm
no.
thinking
He
of?
made the finals with Carolina
Oh,
that one
well,
time.
all right, sure. Carolina, not Hartford.
But no, before that he didn't. Like he was with Hartford, and no, as a head they sucked when he got in.
Yeah, they did.
Mhm. Finals in 02, round 3 in 09, round 3 in 2018, and now obviously he's in the finals in 2023. It's not the most.
It's such a weird career for a coach.
And like, how much is him and how much is the team?
He's coached four different teams
For a long time
for
too.
like pretty considerable amounts of time, and between
Yeah.
Winnipeg and Carolina, Toronto for a blip, Florida for a blip.
And like, is it always what you see in, the strategy and the thing, or is it how he leads a team to accept that kind of stuff? Like, you can be just a good people's coach. You capture the energy of your whole team. They respect you, they listen to you, and that might be something that, like, as a general manager, if you want to be, you know, as some as somebody that, like, in Ottawa, where Eugene Melnick as an owner was very controlling over the team, that, like, he picked a general manager that led him. Like, if you pick a coach where as a general manager you have a lot of influence over the roster, the types of, what you want to see out of the coach, and that the coach is able to get that out of the team and implement your vision, then, that's one thing. Is it, his vision? There's a lot to, like, there's clearly he's been around for a long time, but I don't know. There's nothing. I can't put him as, I want to say, like, one of the most, like, coachiest coaches in the NHL.
Yeah, he's been around so long, and he's not even 60 yet, and he feel like he's been around forever. But like,
Mm-hmm.
what has he won? I don't know,
Right,
man.
and, like, how proven that,
Maybe,
like, hey, I'm a successful coach, but, they keep giving him chances, and, he hasn't done amazing, but he hasn't done poorly. What do you think then?
I don't know, man. I really don't like his overall record doesn't really jump out at me either. Like with overtime losses involved, I think he has a sub 500 record in his career. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just really strange, dude. Like he's a good coach. He's obviously a good coach. He's been in the finals multiple times, but he's just like not quite there. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
But, like, I also want to see, look at the teams that he was coaching. Hartford at the end, they weren't amazing. Carolina, when they did go to the finals, that was a fluke. They sucked that year,
That
and
02
they were
team,
like,
yeah, that was a little bit that was on Arthur Zerbe's back.
mm-hmm.
But
Right, like,
like the Winnipeg, he has some great Winnipeg teams. Great Winnipeg teams that should have, like the year that Vegas went to the final, uh their first year,
yeah,
they
they were
beat
out.
a incredible Winnipeg Jets team.
Mm.
Like that was the Jets team that was the last year of, then the year after all their fucking defensemen left and Trouba and
Yeah,
Bufflin and
yeah, yeah.
everybody left.
That was a 52 win season. But hey, they lost in round three. That was still a successful campaign by any means, right? 50 wins, you get into round three. As a, personally, like, hey, it sucks to lose, but as an organization, you have to be happy with, like, going that deep into the playoffs and consider that, of, like, a business side, a win. Because in hockey, only one team can win. If you can't be like, wow, we weren't the one, and let that, like, piss you off. You
Oh
gotta
yeah, no.
accept, like, hey, we did really good. And hey, we got smacked around in one round, but, like, they did really well until there. And sometimes it's just like rock paper scissors, where, like, a team is just really good against another team, and the style of play, the players they have, just completely counter it, and as good as that team is, they get smacked up by another one.
And maybe it's just
I
a
think
little
we
bit
saw
of
Florida do that.
maybe it's because he was an ex-Leaf coach, and things are.
Mm-hmm.
I've always considered him not a great coach. Maybe because I was
Mm-hmm.
hyper exposed to him in 07 and 08 area.
And it wasn't the right time for the Leafs to, like, the next generation of the, like, it
Oh yeah,
wasn't.
no.
You know?
I don't. In hindsight, that era was abysmal, but
Mm-hmm.
um, and it definitely wasn't Maurice's fault. But maybe in it, there's some like weird latent. I don't know. Can't get past it. In my mind, he's not a good coach, but
Mm-hmm.
he's obviously had a lot of success.
Right, and, like, that's why I think maybe he's able to
It's an
do
enigma.
something. Maybe he's able to do something that we can't quite see.
Maybe.
Like, he's able to implement a GM's influence very well on a team. He won, like, talking to a GM and they're like, yeah, like I trust this guy to like teach my players and get them and get their energy high and do this, and it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, he seems like a good leader, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy to help, captain your ship. But
Right, and that's maybe why he's just given a chance that like, hey, here's a guy, he's got the experience. It's a safe pick, you know? Teams that can like, hey, am I gonna take a risk on a coach or something? Like, nah, like Paul Maurice is here, you know, don't have to worry.
yeah, that leads into my issue with the, there being 34 coaches in the NHL and them just recycling through them constantly, forever and ever and ever, and never having, a new guy come in. Peter Laviolette was named
so many coaches.
Yeah, Peter Laviolette named the coach of the New York Rangers this morning. For God knows why, but
coach recycling.
Yep.
That's and like you can dip into anywhere. Like you can dip into like junior hockey.
Yeah, do your own system, dude. Like,
right.
I'm glad that I mean, I say this as a Leafs fan. The Leafs assistant coaches have been a freaking head coach factory for the NHL for a few years now. Spencer Carberry being the most recent benefactor of that, and was a great assistant coach and ran a good power play and everything for the Leafs, and now is the head coach of the Washington Capitals. DJ Smith's another example.
Yeah.
Dallas Eakins a few years prior to that. It's been a coaching factory. What is this?
We definitely need new blood into the NHL coaching sphere.
Jack Eichel doesn't know who Charles Barkley is. That's really funny.
Hey, it's too young.
It's true.
25 years old. What do you expect?
He's a 97 baby, so yeah. Charles Barkley is not in his prime when he's growing up, even if he was watching basketball.
Right. Charles Barkley's like a media figure.
Yeah, at that point.
Not like like an athlete, anymore.
I love the clips of Charles Barkley being fucking sus. You seen those clips? So
no.
He just says the most insane things, and they're so hypersexual, but he doesn't. He's like Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Where it's like, and then Shaq's in the corner, like, are we hearing the same thing? He's like looking around at the cameras, like, what? You should Google.
That's where all those Shaq expressions, like those gifs, come from.
Basically, yeah, they're all from that panel. But recently, Charles Barkley's been on something different.
All right, second period, pucks drop. Let's see if this is any different for the Florida Panthers. If they can clamp down, maybe they can get. And all they need is one goal to like build off of. One big shot, one good pass.
Yeah, they got to get in the zone clean, and then they got to get a little offense going. There's a clean entry at least.
Right. Yeah. From Bennett.
Back to the point. Yeah.
And like keep it simple. They don't have to like, force it. I think when teams are gripping the stick this tight and they're a little anxious, sometimes they're like, we've said they force it as opposed to kind of just do it, just take a shot from the point, let it ricochet off of something and go in, because it's hockey. Those goals will eventually, something happens. Like, don't be afraid to just do it.
Yeah, don't be afraid to just rip the puck on net. If you have an opening or an option to do it, goalie can't see you, rip it on net.
Yeah.
Dude.
And like, don't overthink this stuff. It's hockey. Just shoot.
Aiden Hill's playing well about it. Aiden Hill's playing incredible, but he's not.
And he's no goalie's perfect. No goalie has ever had a 100% save percentage ever, throughout an entire series, entire playoffs. Like, nobody's perfect. So
imagine, oh my god.
and 16 wins, 100% save percentage. Eichel here almost with a breakaway, if not for the offside rule.
Keg ripped a slap shot wide of the net there. It'll flip out to center. Nick Cousins dumps it in. Playing a little simple dump and chase here, fourth line. Eric Stahl on the ice here as well. Florida gets it back.
Yeah.
Scores! There you go.
Wow.
There it is.
This happens from a sloppy work along the boards here. I did not see who that was on the Vegas Golden Knights, but he kind of just let the puck go right by you.
Yep.
Didn't act on it, and turnover. And like we said, just let it rip. Aaron Ekblad from the point.
45? Who's that? Marchessault? I can't tell who that was.
Ekblad, just a clean wrist shot. I don't know if that hit anybody or anything, and it just... Yeah, like we said, keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Saw a lane, just shoot it, because one of those are going to go in, and look, it just went in.
I think that was Barbashev, 49.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just weak on the boards.
Mm-hmm. And Florida's back in this game. For great hockey commentators, look at us predict this game. Florida needs to do this. Does that, scores. Hey.
Does it and scores, yeah.
And obviously it's now on Florida to maintain this kind of pressure.
Yep.
They have been a little bit better in this second period.
Yeah, right out of the gate they've been better. Pressure's on Vegas now, trying to hold a lead.
And they're getting... I've noticed Florida has gotten the puck deeper into the offensive zone. Where before, Vegas was clamping down a little bit harder on them, and more in the neutral zone they're losing the puck. Here, Florida's been able to get it a little bit deeper. And obviously they're talking about the long change right now, and it's, you know, the long change hurts your team, but both teams have it, so
yeah, yeah,
you can take advantage. Aiden Hill just chilling on his crossbar.
Vegas getting some pressure here now.
Again, Florida not able to get it deep. Vegas maintaining control. Now they get it deep. Ooh.
Oh, that was dangerous, yeah.
Yeah. I'll pass in front of the net there. Whoa. Mark Stone cross. Nice lateral pass. That was not able to connect, though.
Gotta go all the way down here for racing. Yeah, if that was cleaner. Ooh.
Yeah. That pass by Haig. And Haig wasn't even looking too, so that was a pretty good pass still.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Florida getting a little bit more offense together here now. Able to keep that in, had a guy low. Ooh, Radko Gudas rips it wide of the net.
Yeah, they seem to be playing their game in the offensive zone now, where in the first period they were kind of just throwing it around.
Yeah, they were trying to make things happen where they weren't, and this time it looks like they're
They're
playing
making
their
it
game.
happen where it is.
They're making it
Yeah.
happen a little better. 100%. Shots 11 to 10. Aaron Ekblad goal assisted by Nick Cousins. Fifth assist of the playoffs. Second goal for Ekblad.
Don't want to take anything away from Cousins, but Barbashev deserves an assist on that one too.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
And more sloppiness than the D zone. Both teams have not been great, and taking advantage of these chances, that's what this game is all about.
Yeah, Florida still has to be patient though. They can't be pinching. They can't be, trying to keep it like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay, they got away with it. Oh, maybe they didn't. No, they're good. But they can't be forcing the play here. They gotta stick to it. They got a goal. Okay, now we have to get another, but you can't, force it to happen. You gotta get in the zone. You gotta run your offense, wear them down,
Absolutely.
and
Because you
then
know that the second that you give Vegas another chance, they're going to take it.
yeah,
Just as they have two plays here, Vegas is like, hey, oh, Florida's going to fumble it just a little bit. We're going to take advantage, take, all the space we can.
almost a giveaway there. Sam
All right.
Bennett has it. Anton Lundell. Will he be the first person in from our first draft to win a cup?
Yep.
That's kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first from his draft class. 100%.
White Cloud with a shot through traffic. Bobrovsky able to glove that one down. Kind of similar to the Ekblad goal. Sometimes he's got to take that shot. Wow, this puck hit nobody. Ekblad really saw that lane. Our prediction for 3-1 still on the table.
Yeah, still very much here.
Of course, Lord Stanley's hardware is in the building. Neither team really playing like it.
And I get lost in. I was just looking at the draft, and now I'm lost into a rabbit hole for no reason.
Who does have more goals in the second half of their sophomore season?
I was looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning because I was looking at, from that draft, if they had played any games to win a cup and if Anton Lundell truly is, the first option. Even though, it's not looking great right now. I was looking at Tampa's last few drafts. And they haven't had a player they've drafted play more than 20 games for them since Cal Foot in 2017.
Wow.
The last few years haven't produced anything yet. Yet is the optimal word.
Of course, especially the last 2 or 3, you gotta, when you're successful, you're not picking, early. Cal Foot was the last time that they picked in the teens.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, nobody since 2019 has even played the past 3 years. 3 drafts, no players yet. So that being said, they've been a successful team. They've had their roster. They've been near the cap where, they have the players they want, and it's harder to get your shot. That's, just more names above you.
Yeah, it's a weird double-edged sword because it's harder to get your
Mhm.
shot, but they also need more entry-level kind of guys, to be good. And if you're good on an entry-level contract, there's just a little bit more of incentive for them to play you because you're cheap. Obviously, there's a line you got to walk there, but
Yeah.
big shot from Shea Theodore.
That thing was heavy.
There's no. Normally, they have a miles per hour pop up on it, like a big slap
Yeah.
shot like that. They didn't on that one because it probably broke it.
Yeah, it broke puck tracking. It can only track up to 150 kilometers an hour. Another big slap shot.
Yeah, they're ripping. Little extended zone time here for Vegas. Trying to get it out, and they will. Only to the red line, though. Offensive zone possession time has been about even so far with both
Basically
teams.
tied.
There's Chandler Stevenson now. Cycles it in. Pietrangelo pinches. He's back there now. It's like Marchessault is gonna. No, that's Mark Stone gonna pinch for him. It's 81 or 61. I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Should have been a giveaway on the
You
size.
can tell by the hair.
I'm looking at 3-on-1. Oh, fanned on it. Little mini truncated 3-on-1. Yeah, had a little bit of space to him there.
Bobrovsky was covering it, but that was a cross crease, big shot on a 3-on-1.
Vegas has a little bit of jump here now. All of a sudden, after one big play,
that was Eichel standing in front of Bobrovsky all alone, was able to get a rebound on a shot.
Pietrangelo rips it wide.
You always have to protect the front of your net. Box a player out, because Marchessault or Eichel, I didn't see who that was, but he had a chance to, feed one in, and Bobrovsky luckily kept his pads nice and tight to the ground. But
I think it was Eichel who flipped it in like that. Yeah. And they still got the possession. Oh, big save by Bobrovsky on a little bit of deflection there, I think. Verhaeghe finally gets it out, but they take it right back. He's going to fire it back to the blue line real quick, try to catch him off guard, and we're right back in his zone. Here's a shot, scores.
Amazing. You can't give this much offensive zone time and expect nothing to happen. This is Vegas taking full advantage. They got the space, they got the time, they're fighting for it, they're in the right position, and Florida really did let them have it. Like we saw in that Marchessault, Vegas, the Florida Panthers were like pushing to get out. They're tired. I think Reinhardt, I saw, had a 1.5 minute shift. You make mistakes, you try and force the puck out. That's what we talked about, forcing the puck. They forced it, and then all of a sudden it's coming back the other way. They've given up way too many chances.
You could smell it, though, eh? You could smell it coming. It was, that was a tough few shifts there for Florida. Martinez beats Bobrovsky over the blocker hang clean.
And I feel like those big shots kind of wore on Bobrovsky just a little bit. There were a couple big clappers. One of them by Pietrangelo got tipped down and fell, and I can tell Bobrovsky went to like a little bit of like desperation mode, where like the past few shots against him have been huge clappers from the point. He had to stretch out. He had one cross crease pass, and then he just got piled up too many on him. And then at that angle, Eichel to Martinez, he couldn't handle another one.
Florida's in survival mode right now.
Yeah.
Vegas has got some energy to him now. After Florida pushed back at the start of the period, Florida had a little bit of pushback, but now Vegas is here. Oh, it's right in front of you. Oh,
And Colin White doesn't have a stick, and he looks like he injured his foot, so he can't get off. We'll see if he's able to.
Riley Smith after it again.
Yeah,
They
Colin White
are
struggling on that right foot of his.
they are grinding these guys. Oh, big toe save.
Oh, amazing stop by Bobrovsky to keep that one out.
Am I ahead of you?
Just by a split second.
Okay. I'll try to keep my reactions.
It's okay. Or pause it for a split second like I do.
Shots knocked down.
Shift time.
Here it is.
Another goal. There's a minute and 50 seconds that this line was hemmed in their own zone. A minute and 50-second shift. It felt like a power play out there. Colin White without his stick injured. He was completely ineffective. He should have just gotten
off the ice. Yeah.
Just get off.
Just get off the ice.
He's doing nothing. And I understand it's a long change. You're going to be away. But you know what? He wasn't doing anything anyway. They got scored against. This is worst case scenario. Just get off the ice. Get somebody who can play on. Because you know what? That was also his guy. If Colin White had a stick, that goal, he would have had his stick on the puck, on the rebound, or the little deflection there. Because he should have been there. A guy with a stick could have stopped that.
Vegas with a 4-1 lead. Just over halfway through the game, huh?
They spent the past 4 minutes in the offensive zone, too. It has been a wild middle of this second period for them. They have absolutely turned it on from being, kind of 50-50 of back and forth of a game to just all Vegas.
It was 2-1, and then they kind of got, jump scared a little and go, oh, shoot, okay, well. And then just used momentum, and just ground this Florida team into the ground. Into the dirt, baby. And the Vegas crowd is
they're on
its feet. Nice little between the leg pass there by William Karlsson, too.
I feel bad for Bobrovsky because none of this is his fault. He is getting absolutely the workout of a lifetime.
No, he's getting hung out to dry a little bit for sure.
And are there goalies that will stand on their head and save games like this? Yeah, but come on, there's just nothing you can do at this point.
Vegas is still going too. Vegas 15-0 when recording 3+ goals. That's telling. You only need 16 to win the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Dodging a big hit there. Florida's got to get a goal before the end of the period.
And just like last period, they need something.
There's an Elvis standing up. A Vegas Elvis is in the building.
Well, that's why they're winning. He won't sit down now.
Oh! Almost a chance there for Eichel as well. Kind of a broken play, but made it work.
It feels broken, but look at how Vegas is very, very calm right now. With the puck, this breakout, they're not slow, but very intentional.
Yep.
Florida's giving them a lot of space, and Vegas is completely able to make their own, play their game in the offensive zone again. As what we said earlier, if Florida doesn't clamp down, Vegas will take any opportunity. And that's something that Florida didn't do when they had the chances. When Vegas was giving them the opportunity, they didn't capitalize.
Incredible game so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take this moment that we're on commercial here and turn my camera off and get a drink. I'll be right back.
And I will tell our audience about the history of the TV timeout. So I believe it was 92 or 93 when it was finally introduced. And the NHL is still the only major hockey league that has TV timeouts mid-period. Whatever. have regular timeouts, of course that happens. But when it was first implemented, the extra rest gave coaches opportunity to rest their stars and thus give them more ice time. So the stars were seeing more ice time. And what happens when the stars are pushed to their limit? More injuries. We're seeing that in the first year that TV timeouts happened, a lot more injuries to stars. Usually, nothing major, more like stress injuries, pulling something, just because they played more. They're more exhausted, more susceptible to injury. That's what happens. And then the coaches, NHL coaches, had to adjust, and that's something that NHL coaches today, that's something new, that once you get to this level, you have to remember that no other level of hockey has the TV timeouts. You're gonna have to adjust to balancing your ice time, even if maybe your stars might be a little bit more rested because of the TV timeout. I just think it's pretty interesting. The NHL is the only one that does it. At this level, I think there's an argument to be made that, hey, sure, they're stars. The extra rest is actually really good for them, but also there's a profit incentive by the league. Obviously, ads make money. If you have an ad in the middle of a period, more money. And during the playoffs, the ads get more expensive. So it's good for the league to make money in the end. Oh, the shot in front, and I didn't see who it was by Vegas. Almost tipped it, but he was alone in front.
I do be back.
And Florida has still not gotten a shot since Vegas had them pinned in their own zone the first time.
That's the first one.
That was the first one. There's about 8 minutes of game time now.
Yeah, shots got away from him a little bit. I think I last said it was 12-11 or 11-12 or something like that.
Yeah, it was 12-11 for you.
And now it's 22-12.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a run there. Man, I gotta go to Vegas to watch a game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so sick.
That's how you do hockey in the desert. That's how you do it.
Take notes, other desert team. Good block there from Brent Howden. Oh, giveaway. Couldn't come.
Stone not able to convert.
Couldn't keep it on his stick there. Bounced away. Stone with the takeaway. How often do you hear that? All the time.
5 times a game minimum.
All the goddamn time, son. 100%. Oh,
once
here's
every 10 minutes.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Nick Cousins flying across the crease there.
Making a little bit of contact with Aiden Hill.
They're bringing everything to the net, dude. That's how it is.
And it's working. They're playing their game. They're playing calmly too. They're being patient.
Tenacious and patient. Like it's
now the offensive zone possession. Yeah. So the last time they showed it, it was about 6 minutes 20 seconds per team. Now Florida's at 6:50 and Vegas is at 9:50. So we've seen 3.5 minutes of offensive zone possession, while Florida's seen 30 since the last time we checked.
And Vegas is having the Florida Panthers in their zone again.
And we've talked about it, but what a different game this would be with Matthew Tkachuk in it.
Yeah. Wonder what's wrong with him, man. It's got to be serious enough to keep him out of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah.
A guy like Matthew Tkachuk isn't going to sit out for a nagging leg injury. You know
Especially not do or die time.
No.
And he's the kind of guy that you expect if he were in this game, maybe they're 1 goal down less. They've scored 1 less, and maybe he's been a part of a reason that they've scored 1. It could be a 3-2 game instead of 4-1. 1 either way. He's the kind of guy that has an impact just like that. And him out of the roster, not only is he missing but the whole roster has to adjust. Somebody has to fill his space, and then whoever that guy was, somebody has to fill his space and fill his space and fill his space. And it just shakes up the roster in a way that it might take a little bit for this team to like really get it going with each other. The way that we've seen Vegas just absolutely, like we saw a 3-on-2 just now, that they're playing their game and they're, without even, barely looking at each other, they're communicating because they know these are all set plays. They've played, with each other enough. Great chemistry, and it's showing.
Wow.
Wow, another goal, 5-1,
Wow.
and like we said, that's a pass, 3 forwards pass to each other, and it looked like none of them even looked over their shoulder to make, to see where the pass is going. They just knew where the other person is. They're playing their game. No Panthers are able to block these passes, and Mark Stone able to score another one for his team.
Second goal of the game. And that's tough.
That's the kicker.
Oh, Bob went through
Yeah,
you.
that was a no-look goal. Right, and like, is it a bad goal on Bobrovsky? Yeah, but that shot is not supposed to happen.
Hey, up
You should
Sam.
never
Good
be
to see you,
putting
buddy.
yeah. You should never be putting your goalie in a position like this.
Yeah, up Sam, sorry, but your Panthers are not faring too great.
Oh
Our
yeah, Stan, I
condolences.
forgot. Yeah.
I think you're a Florida Panthers fan, right? If I remember correctly. You're either Ottawa or Florida. I can't remember. I could be making that up.
I have a few Florida fans.
You're a Sens guy.
They're,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I'm confusing you with somebody else. On my bad. Someone who's in our stream a bunch is a Florida fan, right? I'm not making that up.
No, no.
Okay. Yeah, glitter on their jerseys. Man, it looks like a party down there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so
Right?
fun.
It's different, but it works. And for a sport that has been so uniform and always the same, I love seeing Vegas do something different with hockey. They made hockey in the desert work. They have people partying. They have people sitting in hot tubs and pools watching the games on the sides of hotels. Where does that happen for hockey? Like, hockey has never been watched the way it is watched in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that is nothing but good for the sport.
There are clubs and shit in the lower bowl that you can just bounce into. It's kind of nuts over there.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Chikrin Sens jersey to prove it. Oh shit! I don't even think you have a Chikrin jersey, do you, Alex?
No,
What's wrong with
no.
you? Do you have a
Only
named
have
Sens
one
jersey?
Sens jersey. No, just unnamed. I thought about getting Alfie on it at the time, but I was like, nah. It's more expensive to get an Alfie jersey.
Who'd you get right now? If you had your pick.
It's a very good question.
I'll give you two, and like all time and current team.
All time, it's between Alfie and Carlson. Probably Alfie. Daniel Alfredson's just, he is who he is. He's an amazing captain. For modern, it's a tough one. I love Shabbat. I think Kachuk would probably be the right answer. If I had to just like only pick one, I like Chikrin. I probably wouldn't get a jersey of him. Sorry, Sam. I really love that though. That's pretty cool. Maybe be a total stick in the mud, and maybe be like, oh, I want an Alex DeBrincat jersey.
Oh no.
Maybe Craig Anderson for like past
Oh,
players
that'd be fun
too.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if there's anybody I'm like, yeah, I want their jersey from in Ottawa. I just enjoy having an Ottawa jersey. I still can't believe Craig Anderson retired and then didn't. Ottawa really made him retire. He's like, I guess I'm done. This is it. Bye, guys. I'm gonna retire. And then
And then
Washington, and then Buffalo.
he's done for sure now, right?
I don't know. You tell me. Who knows?
I think he officially like had a press conference and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he did that last time.
No, fair enough. Shoot, you're right.
It might have just been Ottawa, though. This is the Ottawa curse. We all know what it does to goalies.
I'm surprised Timmy Stew never come out of your head there. Your current players.
Not yet. I might want to wait to see who really takes the lead on this team as like a guy, you know. Stitzel is like, you know, I've always said he's going to be. He should have, you know, he was the best ranked in that draft. You know, he really is. And soon.
Yeah.
Not now.
Love Chikrin since the 2016
Maybe
draft.
Giroux.
It was amazing when he got traded to the Sens. Had to get a jersey. Oh yeah, baby. What do you think? I was actually you missed it. I was talking to Alex about the use of the first round pick to get Jacob Chikrin. I think is it number 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's number 12.
Worth it.
High price, but worth it. I think.
Yeah. For a D that good. To have Shabbat, Sanderson, and Chikrin on the left side is perfect. Like,
yeah.
That's the D core, and you can build off of that. That's kind of what Tampa did on their left side. You know, Hedman, Sergachev, forget his name, McDonough.
Yeah. That's it.
Right, and if you can
The best
really
teams
have
do.
good 3 defensive lines, hey, go for it. So
you just imagine just being able to roll each of your defensive pairings, like not have to think about it too much. That's the dream. 40
and that's
seconds
something
left
I
in the
think
second.
Ottawa needs.
Yeah, the price was really low at the time. I was surprised that they got Chikrin for what they ended up giving him up. It's not a bad price for a legit defenseman.
Mm-hmm. And he's good. He is really good.
Yeah, he'll be better next year too, because
he'll get a full season, full start.
Whoa!
What a tip!
They get another one?
Oh my god, that was another one. This one went between Bob's legs. This is a goal. Bobrovsky had as Bobrovsky was like falling on his butt, it went between his legs.
Bonked it in, yeah.
Yeah. Still an amazing save, amazing desperation save by Bobrovsky, but as he's falling, it kind of just slipped between his legs, and with 1 second left in this period.
6-1. When was the last time we saw a blowout like this in a decider?
In a Stanley Cup winning game, I've never seen a score like this. I couldn't tell you. Oh, see, as he fell on his butt, it slipped between his legs, and really tough break for Bobrovsky, who has had a pretty good game considering that his team's just falling apart around him. Right, he makes the save on the tip, it falls in front of him, and as he's trying to scramble, it just slips under his butt.
Game 6 last year was 2-1 Avalanche.
Second and a half left to score. That is, and we talked about this on, was it the second goal? The play isn't dead until the play is dead. There's a second and a half left. There's a second and a half left. You know, we saw Bobrovsky, who was trying to, he fumbled the puck on that second goal, and it was Nick Hague who tipped it in, I believe. That was you just got to go for it until the whistle blows, until the buzzer goes. You keep playing, you keep on that puck, and this is a great example that the Vegas Golden Knights now have 2 goals of just committing to the end of the play, smacking that puck in, and that's more goals than Florida has. So Great game by them so far.
2019 final, St. Louis won 4-1 in Game 7, but
That's just like a normal score too.
yeah, this is like it's getting pretty normal.
Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling Vegas isn't done. What do you think?
I
I
don't
think this
know.
is going to be 7
Maybe
8
they
2.
maybe they lock it down. They could just lock it down though.
Vegas is a
Could go
team.
into the dressing room, get a little too excited,
Mm-hmm.
have to go, okay, hold on. We need to lock down our defense. Let's not push. We're playing New Jersey 2001 trap
Yeah.
for the rest of the game.
That being said, I feel like Vegas is a team that they will start that way, and then Florida will make a mistake, and Vegas will capitalize. They're not a team that holds back very easily, especially offensively. That if they're given the space, they're gonna be like, well, okay, we'll make it 7-2 if you 7-1 if you let us make it 7-1. Mark Stone will do the thing. He'll walk up. He'll do the thing. Like, you can clamp down all you want, but Vegas is very opportunistic in this case. And if Florida keeps playing the way they're playing, I think Vegas is going to take an opportunity, and I think that they easily have another one or two in the tank. So
Upset, I say, Alex, do you think DJ Smith lasts the season?
we'll see how it starts. Ottawa, I swear, the past like 10 years has not had a winning first 10 games.
Yeah, it
And
seems that way.
and it really, really, really does bury them because then you're playing behind all season. And it's tougher because the pressure's on the players. They feel it from the media, everything. Even when Ottawa, at times this season, they were really good. You know, they were a good team. They showed, hey, like there's a playoff team somewhere in there. They absolutely showed that. But if they don't have that from like game one, then it falls right on DJ Smith that like, hey, you're given a good team. You need to come out of the gate ready because this team is ready. These players are ready. You know, some of them are now in their prime. You have young talent. You got Chikrin. You got everything. You got Giroux, who's at the end of it. You know, you need
Still
to be
playing well.
ready. Yeah, he's at the end of where he's playing well. You know, I don't know how many years he has left of playing like Claude Giroux, and you know, you got to take advantage of that because he provides so much to the team. You have to be ready. And if after the first 10 games, Ottawa's like 3-7, can them because the team should be the other way around after 10 games. If they're not winning, it's if they're struggling, if there's no clear sign, you know, sometimes you get a bad matchup, you play a game and you win it, and then you know, you still lose. They gotta, you know, there's gotta be something. And 10 games, I feel like, if that's how long that if DJ Smith is winning,
You can't
hey,
wait that
he's
much
winning, he's
longer
winning.
either.
Yeah.
You can't wait
Mm-hmm.
that much longer because if you start waiting into like game 20 or whatever and you're
It's too late.
9-11 even, like it's almost
Mm-hmm.
too late.
Yeah.
Right? Because then
Ottawa
you're in a
can't be,
real
yeah.
hole,
They
especially
have
in
to
that
be,
division.
right? They have to be like in a playoff spot at the halfway point when they get that you know, that jolt of late season energy that Ottawa often gets. You know, we look at the Hammond run a couple, you know, many years ago. We look at even this most past few seasons, the last 20, 30 games, they're one of the better teams in the league, you know? And if they can start just being above 500. That's all they need. And DJ Smith is given a team that can do that. So if you know if he's winning, he's winning. You don't change. You don't make. You don't make adjustments there. But if he's losing, can him 10 games. That's what I'd do. What about you, Upsan? What are you thinking? Oh, he said exactly. They've. Yeah.
Yeah, by the end of October, yeah, they're essentially
Yeah.
out. Essentially, and
Yeah.
it's a tough division, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stay in it the whole year. Like no matter what team it is, if the Leafs next year come out and lay an egg after
Mm-hmm.
some weird offseason moves, like there's a serious chance that they miss the playoffs because
Mm-hmm.
you know a team like Ottawa could be flying still. Boston might still be flying. You never know with them.
Buffalo, like
Buffalo could take a step. Montreal could even take a step. Like the Leafs could go
okay,
and be an oh
okay.
shit really quick.
Okay,
No, I'm
Ryan.
serious. No, I'm serious.
Montreal is not. Let's be realistic. This is hockey, but calm down,
They
Ryan.
had a very shitty year with injuries, and I think that
Yeah.
legitimately that
Hmm.
could do that. I don't. Will they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
No,
But
probably
they're going to
probably
be a better
not.
team for sure.
But will they be a
Yeah.
better team? Yeah, absolutely.
And I think their core is 3 or 4 years maybe away from being a good team. But yeah, hey, eventually it's going to happen.
What do you think is? I've been following it as much because it's a sense, but
Mhm.
Alex DeBrinket, what's happening there?
They're going to they have to trade him. I really do like Alex DeBrincat. He brought an energy and a spark that they've really needed, but if he's not going to resign for less than $9 million a
Yeah,
year, get something for him.
yeah, he's an RFA,
Trade his
right?
rights. Yeah, yeah. So they do have control, but to control him, they have to give him a qualifying offer, and that's $9 million. So
Yeah, that's 1 year, 9 million, right?
yeah,
It's 1 year, 9 million, and he becomes an UFA at that point.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, and so Ottawa's in a position where they're like, okay, Alex, we really like you. We want you to stay, but let's be honest here. It's just not going to work out financially. It's not going to work out in the business plan. Would we're going to trade you. Like, I think they have to make that deal.
They try to move up in the draft maybe with him. Where do they currently pick?
That's what
Anywhere?
I think because they don't have a first round
Yeah, we
pick.
don't have a first. Yeah, I'm looking at my
Yeah.
spoilers, my mock draft
Maybe
sheet.
just get a first for him. Like, even if it's like a late one.
Yeah, trade him to like I don't know Seattle or something at 20.
Hmm. And like I can't see them packaging him to like improve the roster necessarily. Like I don't see them like trading for a player.
That'd be a good fit for Alex DeBrincat, even though they won't. You won't get this team to bite on giving up this pick, but Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He would him and Crosby or Malkin.
To give up the 14th pick, would Pittsburgh do that? Do you think?
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's steep.
That is steep. I have to ask for something else.
I saw a trade where he goes back to Chicago in exchange for picks. Just trade him back.
Just trade him back for less than what you acquired him for.
Yeah, right. Like if you're going to trade him away for less, which is probably going to happen because he's no longer signed. He's an RFA. It might be different, but like
It'd be funny because you think about it. It's
yeah,
like the cost of 1 year of Alex DeBrincat is like the equivalent
a
to the
second round
third
pick.
or something.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it'd be really funny.
and that makes sense though. That like that is the cost. Hey,
That's an idea for sure. Trade him to a bottom team like that, and then they can flip him. Even a team like Anaheim, that'd be interesting. Dream scenario: Detroit gives up 9 for DeBrincat in a second. 9, eh? Tough. Looking at my
yeah,
draft
a top
board.
10 pick would be.
Yeah, that's
We're
the
trading
only
to Arizona for the take back.
That's the only team you're gonna get to bite on that too. In like the top,
Arizona.
In like the top 10. Arizona,
Yeah.
nah, not Arizona.
That'd be funny. I just think it'd be hilarious.
Just get your own pick back.
Yeah.
No, Detroit though, because Detroit has is it 43, 44, 45?
Yeah.
I think
or
in the
41,
second
23.
round. And do they have another first rounder? They do. They have 17 too. So
Ooh.
yeah, that's the only team that I think you could make that work
And
for.
they're
Or St.
missing.
Louis maybe. St. Louis
Detroit's
is another
missing that too. Like Alex DeBrincat type would be not just a good fit, but like it's what the Detroit Red Wings need. They have a really good core, but nothing really like super edgy that I think that Alex DeBrincat brings. And like
DeBrincat is from Michigan, he's saying.
right? Oh yeah, he's an American kid. That could be it goes back home.
St. Louis is another option for him too, because they have 10, 25, and 28. Sorry, 29. 10, 25, and 29. If you're
They're another team that
maybe
kind of
get
is
like
missing.
missing like a piece, and they're still competitive.
Mm-hmm. Because obviously they traded out Ryan
Cap-wise, that
O'Reilly.
would be
Like
tough.
without Ryan O'Reilly, there's a huge gap in their top six. DeBrincat, they're missing an elite forward, and he's the guy that can come in.
Maybe you can turn it into like one of their lower, like, because they're looking to dump a defenseman too, like a Falk, like a Justin Falk or Justin Falk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Falk.
And,
Is the other guy.
Falk could be a really good option. He's a right-hand D. He could be a good option with Sanderson, with Chikrin, with Shabbat. That's, that could be a pairing right there. I could see that DeBrincat for Falk and a first rounder. I think Falk's
Yeah, because that's like border. Because you could ask for Pareko, but they're gonna go, no, we need more.
No. Yeah, he's
than DeBrincat. But Falk is almost like, pseudo cap dump.
Mm-hmm.
So you can mix that in with, the value of the pick, basically. Be like the 25th overall and Justin Falk for DeBrincat and a mid-rounder or a whatever prospect.
Mm-hmm. And Ottawa could really use a first-round pick in this draft. I think that would be really good for them.
That's true. I didn't
have a
realize
great
it.
draft. Yeah.
You coming over for the draft still? It's happening.
Oh, of course. Already have the days booked off.
Hell yeah. Good. Maybe this year we won't lose power in all of Canada.
Yes.
I'd be sick. I was so mad, dude. I was so depressed, sitting on my couch in this apartment, no power,
Right.
while the draft is going. After doing all the work we did last year and our draft prep and everything, I was so ready. This year, though, this year's gonna be good. We're not gonna have a nationwide outage. Actually, it wasn't even a power outage. It was just a
Rogers outage.
It was a Rogers outage. It felt like a power outage because I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
I was just dying inside.
Yeah.
Might as well have been a power outage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just sat there, all sad.
Trying to get tweets on our dad. You had Bell or something on one of your. Oh no, what was it? Someone had Bell on one of their devices.
Ashley
had Bell on one of her devices, and you took her phone and walked it down to Tim Hortons. I think.
No, that was
someone did.
Until about 8:00. The whole world hadn't woken up yet.
Yeah.
So her data still worked, and I tethered. And then after that, after like 9:00, 9:30 or something, everybody's awake. It slowed down for everybody who still had it. I walked over to the LCBO, which had free Wi-Fi, and then I screenshotted all of Hockey DB's.
Right. Yeah.
Picks, and then we walked back. Looked at all of them, set up our video, talked to like, oh, this is what happened.
Made a makeshift video. And then as soon as Rogers came back, I got it up. That was nuts. Upsan, who's your top 5 in the draft? Well, Upsan. I don't want to give away any state secrets here, but I think I'm taking Connor Bedard number 1.
That is a shocker. Are you sure? I have seen some things that have said that he should be 5th. No, that's Connor Bedard.
No, I will give you too much, Upsan. I'll leave you hanging on that one. Sorry. We're going to do a mock draft video eventually on the channel, so if you want the answer to that question, keep your eye out. We're going to do
a few more days.
We're going to do a top, a first round. I'm probably going to do more than that. I don't know if Alex is going to be prepared for a full 2 rounds. Yeah. We'll probably mock draft the first 2 rounds of the draft and then be live streaming the day of. So Draft season is our season, baby. Love draft season.
I'm all about the draft.
I mean, we're gonna have the same top 3, right?
Are we ranking or doing by teams?
Mock draft wise.
Like, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
It'll be okay.
Same top 2.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same top 3.
Same top 2 for sure.
Yeah,
I think
our top
pretty given across the
3
board.
should be 4 and 5 become question marks. 6, 7, some guys in there. I'm still. I've always said since the lottery, actually well before that I had a feeling Matvei Michkov would go to the Montreal Canadiens. And I still think that it's the best option. Actually, that's it. Matvei Michkov is the second best ranked, is the second best in this draft.
I think so.
I love Adam Fantilli, but let's be real, Matvei Michkov is so good at what he does.
He's gonna slide, and it's gonna be so funny.
Exactly, and whoever does take him, it'll be after second, so it will be a steal of a pick.
Colson Petrie says that's an off the board pick there, Sam. That's a name. I had to remind myself on my sheet who that was. I don't have him in my first 2 rounds. I think he's gonna be borderline for me if he's taken in the top 2 rounds for me. But the amount of talent that's in this draft, he could jump into like the top 50.
And I feel like
ish.
Flint's a really good team. They're a really good team right now. Flint, I can see maybe just a little bit of like overhype on him. I think there's some potential there. He's a little bit younger too. I mean, a little bit older in this draft, so I feel like I kind of want to see more from him. But yeah, no, he's the type of guy that will fall in the draft, but will still make the NHL. That kind of thing where
just has some NHL qualities that you like.
And I think people are going to get picked above him that are more high risk, high reward.
It's just like a safe
that often
center
happens. Yeah.
I think I saw him once live, I think, this year. Did I see Flint play? I don't remember being impressed by him. Trying to think. I don't have like my notes or anything in front of me right now, so.
Yeah, Michkov to Montreal. That's
Petrie in the 5th.
No, who better?
Yeah, that's fair.
Who better than Martin St. Louis to get a small player like Michkov, Cole Caulfield, Suzuki, and get them all together and kicking ass?
You imagine, dude.
That's right.
I would scream as a Leafs fan. The year before we started doing YouTube and drafting was Cole Caulfield's draft, the 2019 year. We started doing it in 2020. I was livid at the time that Cole Caulfield was sliding the way he was because he was in my top 5. Like in my head, I didn't have any official list because we weren't a quote unquote YouTuber, but I had him in my top 5 that year. I thought he was that good, and when he dropped into the double digits, and I'm like, okay, he's not going to the Habs, is he? And then he slipped. Okay, he's not going to the Habs, is he? And then he slipped even further. I'm like, I swear to God, and I was beside myself, dude. Let me tell you.
And it's the draft. Just pick the best player available.
I don't know how that happened. Who allowed this?
Politics. He's too small.
Oh, he's little.
Who cares? He's the best pick. Just take him.
Because that was the year of the American National Development Program takeover. He was let me count this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th American taken that year. What?
Yeah, and probably the best.
Out of the same, Jack Hughes is in that list.
Okay, yeah. Those.
The order was Jack Hughes at 1, Turcotte at 5, Zegras at 9, Boldy at 12, Spencer Knight at 13, Cam York at 14, and Montreal took Cole Caulfield at 15.
And like, it's between
Exactly,
Zegras and
upset. Oh
Caulfield.
my god. When Philadelphia took Cam York and not Cole Caulfield, I spit my drink out. I like Cameron York, but I thought Philly would be a good. Philly was like, no, too small.
I'll take a 5'11" defenseman because he's bigger.
Yeah, he's so much bigger. Yeah.
Though we all know that like the real flop in that draft was Vasily Podkolzin.
Hey, how about my boy Vasily? No, you might be right. At 10?
Yeah, I've been scouting Russia for
Alex
a while,
Turcotte
and
hasn't
that was a
done anything.
bad choice. Okay, that was also, yeah.
I still think he has some game in him, but Turcotte hasn't done anything. We should do a 19
And
redraft.
I'll say that at the time, I was like, there was more to be hyped on Turcotte. I don't think it was as evident that he wouldn't be as much of an impact at the NHL level. Vasily Podkolzin, that was like a why? Like nobody else was as high. You know, there was no reason to take him over a bunch of other people. I get it for Alex Turcotte that there was so much hype around him at the time.
Imagine Cole Caulfield and Elias Pettersson on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the draft. Meanwhile, the game has started again.
Yeah.
3 minutes into the third. Vegas has that 6-1 stranglehold.
And it hasn't been a great hockey game by any means. This has not been a display of the most elite hockey play and skill and focus. It's kind of been wild.
Yeah, and it doesn't. That's a good point. It doesn't feel. Wow, it almost bounced in. I missed that. Almost bounced in off the stanchion. I must have been talking. Yeah, it's kind of. It feels like a 6-1 game in November. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it doesn't. Is Matthew Tkachuk that much of an identity player for this team? He must be, man.
Yeah, and he must provide the type of energy that this team doesn't have. Because does this feel like a team that's like losing in the Stanley Cup Finals?
This is straight up not the same team that beat the Leafs in the second round.
Yeah, right.
Straight up, the Leafs sort of ate this team for breakfast.
Yeah, and I think part of it is that they're gassed.
They might be gassed, but I don't
Vegas
know.
is also good. But I also feel like this team they put out everything they had, and now they have nothing left.
They looked dejected after the fourth goal.
Mm-hmm.
Once it was 4-1, you could tell like they let off the gas pedal a ton.
Yeah, they're just like at this point, it's individual efforts not to like get injured for next year. You know, like none of these players want to like you're down 6-1. I'm not gonna risk my safety and break a leg diving to make a play here. Maybe if it was a 2-1 game, you're putting your body on the line to get a goal to even it up, but I don't know, even before that 4-1 goal, like right from puck drop, neither team really came out and said, this is an elimination Stanley Cup game. I need to take this.
Yeah.
Both teams were kind of sloppy. And obviously Vegas really took advantage of the offensive chances that they were given, but defensively, they still haven't been that amazing. And like Aiden Hill's kind of bailed him out a few times.
No, he absolutely has.
I feel like even Aiden Hill might be sitting there thinking, thank God that they scored this much because my team in front of me hasn't been great. If this was 2-1 or 3-1, it could be flipped around really easily because, one mistake in the D zone by Vegas. But now that they have a comfortable lead, I think obviously he's breathing a sigh of relief. But
no, 2-on-2 here, rush for Florida. Easy glove save from Aiden Hill. Oh my goodness.
Where are
Vegas is
you in the
gonna
third?
dump the puck every chance they get. Hell yeah. I'm at a picture of Bill Foley.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
I was saying to Alex, is like they might just start playing the 0-1 New Jersey setup. Just trap all game.
Yeah, we're saying I didn't think they would with the lead this type of lead 6-1. Yeah, you got to clamp it down. But I knew that at 3-1, 4-1, Vegas is the type of team that if you give them the space, they're going to take it. Even here, look at Vegas. Look at them go. William Karlsson, he fought. He really fought for that chance to give himself an individual effort to get the puck deep, and he didn't have to. He could have dumped that thing down.
Yeah, ups and Z's, yeah. It's gonna be a low event. If Vegas, wants to play their game, it's gonna be a low event third period for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening there? Okay, weird transition to a commercial break. Phil Kessel, 3-time.
Really a low energy game. This is not what I expected today at all.
No, me neither. Good series, but the clincher, dude,
yeah,
is not. Yeah.
yeah, and maybe that is just Matthew Kachuk. That's 20 minutes a night. Like, maybe it's in a little bit less, but almost 20 minutes a night that you have this presence on, and that's a third the game. And imagine if 1/3 the time Florida was that much better. And we said earlier, you take Matthew Kachuk out of the roster, you're not just missing Kachuk, because somebody has to replace him.
Missing the best player.
Someone has to replace them, and all of a sudden you've changed your roster, you've changed the makeup. And when we look at the core in Vegas right now, they have a core that's played together, that's won together. Obviously not playoff success, not cup yet, but like they've done really well as a team and they've scored a lot. And here, do you see the tic-tac-toe passes? Some of these are no-look passes onto right onto the tape. They're playing really well together, where I feel like Florida is still kind of adjusting to the roster loss of Matthew Kachuk. And
Isaiah
not just
Paskins.
the energy he provides.
Isaiah Paskins saying we're one period away from being champs, so let's pull a 2014 Germany at the World Cup and make this 7-1. Hell yeah, man. If you're a Vegas fan, dude, enjoy it. Count down those seconds on the clock.
And
Aiden Hill is a brick wall back there, dude.
Yeah, what a time to be a Vegas, just a fan of the city. If you're in the city, like the past 6 years have been just amazing for hockey.
This team. First time I'll have back-to-back NHL titles. Hell yeah, baby.
And they're the most successful expansion team ever, really. Like, I don't think any expansion team has come out this successful right out of the bat.
Yeah, it was
like most are losing teams for the first few years. They develop their picks, they get their draft, their prospects, and then
I asked this question a few weeks ago, when this series started, and if Vegas wins tonight, which looks like they might,
I think
they will beat the Philadelphia Flyers by 1 year.
As of winning, yeah.
And it wasn't the same, obviously. Not all expansion years were created equal, but Philly was in their 7 breakaway. There's almost your 7.
Aiden Hill.
Marshy, then Hill. Yeah. Whoa! Oh!
What a save. Oh! What an absolute flashing the leather. Aiden Hill. This is...
Ew. That was nasty, dude.
As Barkov to the pass, Duclair has a shot on him, and Duclair put it where he wanted it to, and Aiden Hill just said no. And we're talking earlier.
Wow.
This kid's dialed in.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't know
Vegas
it's
does not have a
6-1,
shot
dude.
this period.
Don't tell Aiden Hill to score. He doesn't give a shit.
And we were saying earlier that he's the kind of guy that thrives on being dialed in. Even if, he's winning or whatever, he's going to be focused. He's there. He's playing like it's 0-0. He's playing like he's down. He's just, he's there. The attitude, the drive, the focus.
Another big stop. Like, I'm taking Jack Eichel as my Conn Smythe, Isaiah. Marshy's on my list. Hill's on my short list. That's probably my top 3, but
I'd go Hill, Eichel, Stone.
Hill, Eichel, Stone.
Maybe Eichel, Hill, Stone.
I'll take Eichel, Hill, Marshy. I don't think Stone's there for me. It's been good, but
it's the
Here's the big question, though. Who does Mark Stone pass it to first?
Ooh.
Because is it Eichel? There's no wily veteran on this team that has never won a cup. Yeah. I don't think, unless I'm missing somebody, completely. Even the veterans, Jonathan Quick's won a few.
Oh,
maybe Eichel, Hill, Marshy. Yeah. Is that your Conn Smythe order, Upsan, or is that your order for the cup? After Stone, of course. Yeah, I guess you give it to Eichel. Alec Martinez, maybe, or
maybe Petrangelo.
You go for, or maybe you go the other way. You go for the Marchessault, Carlson, Riley Smith, kind of guys who've been in Vegas Carlson. Forever.
Maybe Carlson
for Conn Smythe.
He's just because he's his face of the franchise for a while now, and in Vegas's first year, Carlson was a 40-goal season. He really helped build the identity of this team and lead them in their first year, brought them to a finals, and he is what he is. He's not a 40-goal scorer, but he's been really good for this team, and he deserves, to be celebrated, and I think he deserves 2014 World Cup Germany.
Sevens.
Wow. 7-1.
Eichel's getting a cup before McDavid. We were talking about that earlier.
Eichel really wins that one.
Yeah. I was like, does that mean Eichel is the better player?
Now, obviously,
Buffalo won the McEichel draft? Question mark? Right? Yeah. That's what we're memeing about
Edmonton,
earlier.
Right? Neither Edmonton or Buffalo, really.
Neither one.
They both lost.
We're all losers here. Starts crying.
I do like the trade. The Eichel trade was really good for Buffalo. He needed to get out of Buffalo.
It was good for everybody.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Even the return they got from him.
Sam Reinhart picking a corner. I had a feeling. I had a weird feeling Florida would get one.
Just gets one back. You're a full 10 seconds in front of me, by the way.
I'm sorry. I'll pause it for a few.
Yeah,
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. I reset my stream, too.
Oh, okay.
after you did it the first time with the 7-1 goal, I reset it, and it's still behind. So whatever.
Okay.
That was a laser, yeah. It's got to be perfect to beat Aiden Hill right now. Shots are now 27 and 27. Evened up.
I think Vegas has only 1 or 2 now this period.
Yeah, they're playing full defense.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They have to. right, Reinhardt starting the comeback. 5 more goals.
Could you imagine?
No, this is not the Toronto Maple Leafs. They will not collapse
I
in the second
see.
half
I
of the
see
third
no
period.
blue on the ice, so this is very true. They're still
Good for Florida
announcing.
though, not to give up.
They're still announcing the other Vegas goal. Yeah, good for you. Sam Reinhart gets it. It's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the next one. Then you got to get the next one. It's
Yep.
pick away at it. It's
Right,
not
and a theme
impossible.
of
It's just highly improbable at this point.
this game: don't stop playing until the play is done. You know,
Yeah, a couple times.
until the whistle's blown. And that Vegas has had 2 key goals that were, one with a second and a half left, one where Bobrovsky probably could have had it covered, and you just go for that third, fourth, fifth, sixth effort, and you can score. And those goals really helped them Vegas bury the Florida Panthers. Because like obviously Vegas is trying to play a little bit more defensive now, but if Florida was this on it the whole game, from the start, maybe we could have had a little bit of a different result.
I thought that flipped out for a second. That's strange.
Yeah, I had a feel like figured who number 7 was going to tip that one in. Petrangelo, I had a feeling he was going to like tip it in his own net and was like, uh-oh.
Marcia still brings it out across the blue
Oh,
line.
this is good stop by Bob, but what a weak defensive game by Florida here.
Yeah, they've given up.
I know they're down, but you still you have to stop opposing players from coming into your zone.
Hang your
You can't
goalie
just
out to
let
dry,
that
why
go
don't
on.
you? Bob dragged this carcass into the final, and you're just hanging him
Right.
out to dry here. What just got thrown onto the ice? Or is that a helmet? Something got chucked onto the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone's got an inflatable cup. They're just having fun. Could you imagine if that, someone brought an inflatable cup to like a Canadian teams? I don't want to make everything about the Leafs, but like,
Yeah.
Edmonton or Vancouver or whatever, someone up and raising an inflatable cup. Oh my god,
They'd get tackled.
they'd get tackled. The broadcast would be all over them. They'd be talking about it in the panel. Anyway.
Did the fan jinx the team by touching the Stanley Cup?
By touching
even if it's
an
inflatable.
balloon shaped like vaguely a cup.
We have to have a serious talk about how the fans are coming into the game and like what?
Steve Simmons writes an article. Everything goes wrong.
Oh, God.
Speaking of ex-Leafs, Michael Amadio, one of the bigger, how do I say this? The bigger, smaller moves that Vegas has made over the last couple of years. A guy, waiver pickup like Michael Amadio scored 5 goals. That was his 5th goal at the end of the period.
Yeah.
He
is
finals,
over a point per game. I'm over half point a game in the playoffs now. That's his 10th point in 16 games.
Yeah, and he was a send briefly too, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Leafs tried to sneak him through waivers, and he was an off-season acquisition from Toronto, but I don't know where Ottawa got him.
I think it was waivers from LA.
And now he's...
And they needed just a bottom 6 guy, and yeah, a lot of guys are a little bit of a late bloomer. They hit their mid-late 20s, and that's when, the muscle develops, the reaction time and everything, and they really fill into, like, their role. And Amadio, like you said, he's the guy that, he's really impressed. He's a bottom 6 guy now. He's earning his role, earning his time, and you're going to see next year, he's going to have another long campaign, I feel like.
Yeah, plenty of deserving guys, Isaiah, for Conn Smythe. It's going to a Golden Knight. We know that now. Mm-hmm. Especially after this game from Bobrovsky and Tkachuk just not playing. Whoa. Oh, they scored? If it was
going to be anybody, it would be Tkachuk. Oh, wow.
That was strange.
Yeah.
I think they
hit
put it
the
into it.
top
I think
corner.
Petrangelo put it in his own net.
Yeah, Petrangelo did just score on himself.
I think he legitimately put it in his own net here. Yep. Think. Yeah. Deflection. Oh no.
You know, I mentioned earlier, was it
Whee!
2, 3 minutes ago, that there was a shot that Petrangelo had his stick up, and I was like, whoa, he almost tipped that at his own goalie there. And now he just did. So watch out, Alex Petrangelo. Careful.
think Eichel has the points lead. I think so. Let's.
Yeah. He was leading in assists. I think it's still goals. It's still points now too.
Definitely for Vegas. But Marchessault at a point more than him, but I think Eichel has more points today. So,
Mhm.
yeah. I think he has 3 assists today. So, yeah. Eichel will end the playoffs with the most points. Did Marshy get a point today? I thought I saw his name earlier.
He assisted the
Yeah, he
second and
assisted,
third
and he was
goal.
a secondary assist on Nick Hague's goal. So you got one. Mark Stone has 2 goals. Eichel has 3 assists. Give Ivan Barbashev the Conn Smythe simply for smashing Radko Gudas into next week. The other game. That was a nice hit. He added $1 million to his next contract just with that hit.
Yeah, performance bonus.
Performance bonus layout Radko Gudas.
Every time you lay out Radko Gudas, you get $15,000.
Yeah, you get enough money to cover a fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Radko Gudas incentive. Bob's going to the bench. 6-on-5. 4 goals back.
They have to try, right?
6 minutes, something left. What is it?
And obviously, hey, Vegas is, clamping down defensively. They have not been as active offensively. Florida's been able to get a little bit of space as a result. With the extra skater, who knows? Maybe they do
Whoop.
get one here, but
At the post, I think.
wow. And Petrangelo iced it.
Yeah, at a 4-goal lead, though, you're just ripping pucks at the net.
Yeah, right. There's a shooting range at this point.
You got some bullets to use. Turn and fire. Maybe it'll be 8-3. Boink. That
And
couldn't
not
have hit
much
the
more you
post
can
any
do,
square. Huh?
right? At like that distance, there's nothing you can even do. Just fire it.
Whoa.
Oh, again. Yeah, he probably should have taken the extra step or two. He had some ice. And every time, hey, Vegas misses them, there's a chance for Florida to get another shot. Even one here is all they really need.
Oop, and there it
And it's
is.
in.
Mark Stone, Hattie.
And he joins the club. Not many people have a hat trick in a Stanley Cup winning game.
Stanley
And
Cup clinching hat trick.
yeah, I don't want to be like that guy, but they're kind of celebrating like they won already.
Yeah, there's gonna be some hats for a second.
Yeah, and this is in an ordinary hockey game. If you score the eighth goal, you're not celebrating this hard. But they're a happy team.
Touchdown and
They've
a 2-point conversion.
they've essentially won the Stanley Cup at this point. So
We were trying to think, Isaiah, the last time that we've seen a blowout in a clinching game like this before. I can't. Nothing comes to mind initially, like an 8-3 game. I'm sure there's a quick Google, but I did a quick, last couple years, what was the final game score? And it was like 2-1, 3-2, 2-0 kind of vibes. I don't even know how you Google that. Stanley Cup clinching, one-sided Stanley Cup
score in
clinching
each game, like
you'd have to go back each year and look, I think. But I
yeah.
off the top of my head, I don't remember. I think wasn't it, I mean, you'd remember Anaheim, Ottawa. Wasn't the last game there like 5-1
Yeah,
or something like that?
so.
It was one-sided, I remember, but it wasn't 8-3 one-sided.
No.
It was like 5-1 or 5-2 or something.
I don't really remember.
I just remember that series not being particularly close because that Anaheim team was disgusting.
Yeah, they were
really
good. Game 5 was 6-2 Anaheim.
6-2. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might be the closest comparison. Off the top of my head, because all the other years
2-1, 1-0, 2-0, 4-1, 4-3, 2-0, 3-1, 2-0, 3-2, 3-2. So in the past 10 years, the Washington versus Vegas 4-3 in Game 5. That was the highest scoring in the past 10 years. 7 goals in a final game.
11 blown it out of the water.
It was 6-1 in 2012 when the LA beat New Jersey.
Oh, okay. There's one.
4-0, 4-3, 2-1, 3-2, 6-2. Oh yeah, that was Anaheim beating Ottawa in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for the since the 2004-2005 NHL lockout.
Yeah, this will be the biggest.
Mm-hmm. In like the cap era.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a crazy way to end this series, dude.
I'm back 3-1, 2-1, 2-1, 4-1, 2-1, 1-0. (5-2) in 1995 between the Devils and the Red Wings.
Oh, there's Stanley.
11. Okay. The last time 11 goals were scored. 6-5. Pittsburgh beating Chicago in 1992.
Oh, wow. You have to go back to 92, dude.
Yeah, and the last time a team scored at least 8 goals, the year before, when Pittsburgh won in 1991 against Minnesota when they were the North Stars, 8-0 in Game 6.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
That is...
So we're into the early 90s. That's the only comparable.
Yeah. Which was a higher score, it was a little bit different then, too.
Oh, wow, we almost got 12. Whoa. Jeez. Still 5 minutes left. I know it's 5 goals, but a couple bounces and then you start to sweat a little bit.
In 1985, 8-3, Edmonton beat Philadelphia in Game 5.
So
Yes,
yeah,
it's not the first time we've had this score.
the last time an 8-3 Game 5 win. It's a
Yeah.
really specific trivia question. Oh no.
In Game 5 too.
Yeah.
When was the last time the Stanley Cup was won in an 8-5 game in Game 5 of the finals?
8-3 game in Game 5.
8-3,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Assuming that,
officially
yeah, the
like the
next 5
gold
minutes.
jerseys. I like the gold jerseys. I'm not a fan when they break out the gold helmets. That's what I don't like about their getup.
I like the gold
The
helmets
weird
now.
shiny
At first it
helmets.
was weird. At first it was weird, and now I'm used to it.
I liked it for Vegas at the time, but now I don't on principle from the fact that it's inspired other teams to also have weird shiny helmets.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw LA with their stupid weird silver chrome domes,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, hold on. This is a Vegas thing. LA, please, no, stop it.
What if the Leafs had like that in blue? That would look so crisp, though.
Yeah.
The Sens in red, a dark red, that shine. Oh. Because this like matte color on the helmets, you know what? It's over. We're done. It's time for the sparkly, glittery, reflective shit. Like, because I think it would look really good on a Leafs
Imagine
jersey.
Sens in a
darker
battle red.
Mhm.
You like the chrome domes LA had? I don't know, man. I can't get behind it. I like it for Vegas because it's a Vegas vibe. But I don't know. It's just everyone else had to copy it. It's like, oh no, now everyone has shiny ass buckets.
And I think, maybe I play a lot of EA NHL, Chell Online. If I play World of Chell, a lot of people have like a lot of personal customizations, and one of them is helmets.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little bit more used to seeing players on the ice doing like ridiculous outfits and helmets and stick colors and tapes and stuff, so I'm all for it. I think the NHL has been too similar, too uniform, too much of itself, and that
You know what would be
the
an
Vegas
interesting. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Continue.
well, the Vegas Golden Knights would be good for just the sport of hockey to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more accessible. Maybe you see a shiny chrome dome helmet and you're like, wow, I like that. And you're watching hockey now,
Yeah.
Because it's just different.
It would be cool though if they did. I heard this isn't my idea. This is an original thought, but have each team have a chrome color like that, but one player gets it. Would give it to your leading scorer. Give it
That's
to
what
your
they do in the KHL.
Yeah. I know they do it in other leagues and they do it in other sports too.
The SM Liga, they do, or it's not just Liga.
Yeah.
They do that.
Imagine Connor McDavid with the Oilers colors, chrome. He's ripping around the ice. That way, kids can always go, "Oh, look, there goes Connor McDavid," because he has the shiny helmet, right? Or whoever's leading the team at scoring.
I remember when was it Joakim Kemmel had the
Yeah,
he was leading the Liga in goals.
MLB before City Connect jerseys had 2 uniform gray and white jerseys, the main home. Anyway, put more color into it. Yeah, I agree. Vegas has been good for hockey, and they're about to win.
Speaking of Joakim Kemmel, dude had a pretty good AHL run. I don't know if you watched
he's
him.
pretty good.
He got 8 goals in 14 playoff games in the AHL. When he makes the jump, he's gonna be a goal scorer in the NHL. I cannot wait to see that happen.
He's Nashville, right?
And they need the scoring.
Oh hell yeah.
See the person with an inflatable Stanley Cup
That
again.
was see around. NBA teams revolutionary with teams wearing their alternate and city edition jerseys in playoffs. Yeah. The NBA has almost gone a little too far the other way. Not in their designs, but they have too many variants in jerseys in the NBA, in my opinion. Like I love the designs and all of them are great. City edition jerseys and all this and very non-traditional stuff. But then
what's your team's jersey?
They have 8 of them. And it's like, I can't
Yeah, when I try to like visualize, when I think about the Leafs, I imagine them in their jersey. If they had 8 jerseys, it kind of like distracts from the image of the team. I totally get that.
Yeah.
A few good ones, 3 or 4,
Yeah, you
like
could have like
too
yeah,
many.
maybe 3 or 4 really solid ones. You have your classic home and aways for every team, and then like 2 or 3 other alternates that you kind of rotate through the year.
Hmm.
But I swear to I swear to God, every time I watch like the Cleveland Cavaliers, they have a New Jersey. I don't.
It
That's
might be
not true,
different.
but it.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it, they have a different jersey. But
And it might be a little bit different for like maybe it makes sense in baseball
and I just
and
pulled
not
Cleveland out of the
basketball,
air. I'm not a
where
Cavaliers fan.
yeah, it doesn't really make sense in hockey to like have so many uniforms, but in baseball and basketball, maybe just kind of like it matches the culture of it.
Baseball's too daily. Like
I meant
that'd be
basketball. I meant yeah,
yeah, basketball you do.
the NBA. Yeah.
And you get some cool artists and stuff, a lot of culture behind
Hmm.
that kind of stuff too. And you can do that in the NHL. Like you could take like some really cool Native American kind of designs in certain teams
Hmm.
that have that connection, like Vancouver. I think they did one actually earlier this season, but they wore it for warm up, and
Yeah,
then they
or
wore their
Ethan Bear,
regulars.
who had like his name written
Yeah,
in his native language. Yeah.
like stuff like that would be really cool.
Hmm.
Instead of just wearing NHL jerseys for warm ups and then ditching them, and not wear them
Hmm.
for the game. Minute 20.
And also like let's expand on some of these jersey nights. Just wear them at, like you said. They put them on for the warm ups. Just leave them on for the game. Who cares?
Yeah. Baseball's always been better when the color comes out, especially if teams don't wear gray in the playoffs. I agree 100%. Baseball is a Stone Age old man sport, and they need to. They're getting better, but they need to come out of the Stone Ages a little bit. Where they're working on it.
The "We Will Rock You" chant has come down, and
Whoa!
oh,
Whoa! Scores!
and
9-3!
9-3. Wow, this is a second, third, fourth effort here. Scrambling Bobrovsky.
Oh my goodness, dude. 9-3. Wow. I think Vegas is going to win, guys.
They might win
They
a cup
might win
tonight.
this.
Wow, that's
They should challenge it for fun.
all right.
For something. I was about to say challenge it for offside. Even though it's not even like remotely close to being offside, challenge it for offside.
Just stall the game.
Just be a dick.
Make their right. Be petty about their win. Don't let them have it.
No. $30 left. They're gonna play a little bit of keep away here now. They're just wasting the time. They gotta get this goal announcement done so they can celebrate. Vegas, 2023 Stanley Cup champions.
Amazing. What a run. It's hard not to be a fan of this team. Hard not to see that they had probably the greatest expansion draft you're ever going to see ever. They've been a competitive team ever since, and they've earned it year after year. They've committed, done the trades, traded away their futures to put a team on the ice that's good and competitive. And a lot of times people said, hey, why are you trading for why are you giving away your futures? Is this going to work? And look, hey, you know what? It worked. It kept them competitive. They've been a great team, contender for 6 years now, and it's all paid off. The Vegas Golden Knights are your 2023 Stanley Cup champions.
9-3, dude. Wow.
9-3. And I'm looking back. I just passed 1965, and I have not seen a higher scoring game yet. So let's see who, after this handshake, they hoist the cup. Let's see who Mark Stone will eventually hand it to. I am really curious.
Cool shit, man.
What?
No, just this. Cool shit.
Oh, cool shit. This is bullshit. I'm like, what?
Oh, no. Sorry. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, right.
Awesome
This
shit,
is
man.
awesome.
Vegas, baby.
And like,
Vegas.
this is. I'm looking it up. I have gotten to the end. I'm at 1928, 1927. This is the highest scoring Stanley Cup winning game in NHL history.
Wow.
Or Stanley Cup history.
They broke it, eh?
Yeah.
12. Wow. Highest scoring clinching Stanley Cup game. Clinching Stanley Cup game.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Should tweet that.
I am. I don't know how to put it.
Highest scoring Stanley Cup clinching game in NHL history. Final verdict, I think I give my Conn Smythe to Jack Eichel. Maybe Mark Stone. Maybe Marshy. And now I don't know. I said final verdict and then I said 3 people. I don't know who I'd give it to. Mark Stone is a Stanley Cup champion, Alex.
I told you so.
Wow. Jack Eichel, Marchessault, Pietrangelo for a second time, Mark Stone, Phil Kessel for a third time, Martinez, Barbashev, Teddy Bluger, Jonathan Quick for a third time. Michael Amadio, Stanley Cup champion. Wow. We're going to stick around until trophy is initially presented, and then we're probably going to sign off. We'll boo Bettman and get out of here. Incredible game, incredible series. Highest scoring Stanley Cup clinching game in NHL history, according to Alex's quick research. And I trust his quick research.
Yeah.
What a crazy
I did
stat.
check 100 years almost of hockey. Checked every Wikipedia page for every year Stanley Cup finals. Looked at the final game. Highest scoring was 11, 8-3 in 1985. That was also that 8 goal stands as the most goals scored by any team in a cup clinching win. This makes Vegas history makers in that their 9 goals stand as the most in a cup win, and the 9-3 12 goals is the most ever in a cup win. So this is just crazy. And I think it speaks to the type of game that we saw. We said this feels like a game in November. This did not feel like a game 5, cups in the building. These teams did not come out of the game, out of the gate focused. They didn't come executing their plan. It kind of just seemed like a mismatched jumble and weird energy throughout the whole thing. But that being said, the Vegas Golden Knights were really good today, and they absolutely deserved it.
Remember when we said this game would be 3-1?
Yeah.
That's an L for us. That's all right. We'll wear that.
We were wrong.
We were expecting a tighter
2-0 or
game,
2-1.
dude. Much tighter game I was expecting, but
Yeah.
there was no defense in sight. Especially for Florida. Holy hell.
Yeah. And that's where,
Still
obviously
lots of hugs going around.
We asked the question, how much would Matthew Tkachuk have impacted this game? But I feel like a lot of it was also, like defense and stuff. Like,
yeah, there was
I don't know if him being in.
So many odd man rushes early, so many scoring chances, the guys giving up the middle of the ice. It was just a mess from Florida's end early. Bob couldn't give him that insane level that he's been playing with for most of the season, most of the playoff series, I mean.
And it sucks that you kind of have to ask him to do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to every game. You should show up for your goalie.
But and like he can stand on his head, but we're not going to put, the blame for this game isn't on him because he let in 8 goals or 9 goals. It's 8 goals.
Foil method who won MVP. We haven't seen Conn Smythe quite yet, but they will be doing that shortly, I'm assuming.
I want to give it to Stoner Eichel.
Stoner Eichel, I think, too, for me. There's an outside shot at Marchessault, but I think Stone with the hat trick tonight might have clinched it for him. Even if it was an empty net hat. And he's captain. He's
and
been there longer.
The points aren't everything. He really does lead this team shorthanded, takeaways, everything. Yeah. He's there. He really was the best player, even if he wasn't the top scorer. And I feel like a lot of the times the Conn Smythe becomes who scored the most. Yeah. And I'll say that's probably where Jonathan Marchessault ends up on the conversation because he scored a lot, but I feel like his role wasn't as big as Eichel, like his line mate, who scored just a little bit less, because, Eichel was the one who played so well to give Marchessault these chances that I'd give it over Eichel, even if Marchessault was the higher scorer.
Here comes Conn Smythe.
Give it to White Cloud.
Give it to Zach White Cloud. Look at that beauty. Ever realize how flimsy that leaf is?
No, I know, right? That thing.
When he set it down, it like jiggled. I'm like, whoa. I thought it was a little stiffer than that. I've never picked up the Conn Smythe, obviously, but
yeah, but you haven't.
And who will it be? Oh, here's Bettman. Boo.
You're getting ready for the booze.
They're not booing him. Wow.
Yeah.
He normally gets a chorus of boos. I guess Vegas has no reason to hate him.
Yeah, they're happy right now.
No, even if,
Fair, yeah, they don't.
They weren't around for any of the luck.
Bettman gave him a team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he's expanding so aggressively. He's to
Yeah.
give himself more teams to like him.
Hey, look, 2 owners like me.
Yeah. I'm liked in Seattle, Vegas, and Arizona. That's a win, man. That's a big dubs for Batman. Oh,
Ooh, original Golden
Marshy.
Knight. Huh? Marsh is so damn.
Jonathan Marchessault. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, he's in tears, and I like that they gave it to an original Golden Knight.
Yeah, me too. I like that touch. Batman mentions that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
An OG Golden Knight, Jonathan
It looked like he tried
Marchessault.
to take it.
Yeah, just tried to
He tried to
skate away
skate
with
off, and
it.
that
They
was like,
always
"Hey, wait, a
forget they got to
picture."
do this shitty picture. They're like, "Oh yeah, hi."
Yeah, so I have to respect you. Sorry, Batman.
And hairs all over the place.
They just take it from him. I swear he wanted to like go run around with it a little bit.
A lot of guys
And they
don't. They
imme-
just pick it up and give it to the coach at the bench or whatever. Give her a lift, man.
right? Like, how often is Jonathan Marchessault gonna like enjoy an individual award like this? Never again, right?
Yeah, probably never again. Not like this.
Yeah, like let him have fun with the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, give it like a lap. Just do a little lap.
Mhm.
Nothing
And
crazy.
like they're at home, let him
And,
say
yeah,
thank you to the
especially at
crowd.
home too. Kind of lift it at a section or whatever, and then take it like
Point to
all the way
them,
to the
say
back.
thank you to everybody. Like, I've been here 6 years. I've been devoted to your city. Thank you for giving me the attention back.
Look at this thing, baby. Stanley, you're looking good, buddy.
Saw Ottawa on there.
They're on like the bowl still, right?
Yeah, right. They're on like the cup.
They're never leaving because they can't.
Yep.
Like that's the yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Leafs aren't on there. I think
Nope.
Leafs are no longer on the Stanley Cup as of a couple years
It's
ago.
been too long.
As of a couple years ago, their ring was taken off.
Mm-hmm.
The 67 team's not currently on it.
Ottawa is so. Is your team on the cup? Mine is.
Yours is on the fake, not like the kept part of it. That
Yeah,
smidge
the
at the top.
original cup.
The original cup. Marshy, well deserved. Hell yeah, buddy. He was in my yeah. It could have gone on any all of them, but I like the fact they gave it to like an OG Golden Knight, like their leader since day one. Mark Stone.
Fireworks going off in the background. It's so Vegas.
I know. They do this every year now. Wow.
He's earned it. What a career, man.
He
Drafted in
has, yeah.
6th round in 2010 from for Ottawa. And he's the guy that every year had gotten better, every year proving it. He's the guy that was told he was too slow for the NHL. And so he made his hands as fast as he could. And Marchessault. Sorry, Marchessault or Smith?
I think it's Riley Smith. Yeah.
Riley Smith. It was Riley Smith.
Riley
Yeah.
Smith gets it first. I like that. It goes Smith, Carlson, Marchessault. Give it to like the OG guys. Yeah, it looks like Marshy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to William Karlsson. Oh,
To
no.
Willie- yeah,
It was
to
Marchessault,
Marchessault, to Carlson, and then the rest of them.
And then Eichel somewhere.
Yeah, Eichel somewhere in the middle. Normally, like the first like 3 or 4, I think, are planned, and then after that, yeah, that's William Carl. That's Wild Bill.
Oh, and the crowd is cheering him. This might be the loudest they've
Who won
been
the
all
Conn
day.
Smythe? Jonathan Marchessault won the Conn Smythe. Jonathan Marchessault, playoff MVP, baby. That was a tough call, but they gave it to the original Golden Knight, which or one of the original Golden Knights, and I thought I like that. As much as Stone and Eichel and Aiden Hill had a crazy run, Marshy's the guy. Jay Theodore, another OG. Right?
Yep.
Couldn't remember if they traded him from Anaheim or if they expanded him. William Carrier, another OG. Yeah, Carlson, Marchessault, Carrier, McNabb, and Theodore. Oh no, I think they traded for Shea Theodore.
Yeah, it was the second or third year. You're right.
Yeah, I was wrong. June of 2017. So, okay. An original Golden Knight, but not an expansion pick.
Yeah.
Same way Riley Smith wasn't an expansion pick. Jonathan Marchessault was. Makes sense. Jonathan Quick gets another one. What a guy. Did I miss Phil? I looked away for a second. Where's Phil?
I didn't.
Phil's a cup champ. Phil's a cup champ again.
Right. Does Jonathan Quick get his name on the cup?
Yep, he's the backup goalie this whole series.
Okay. Because it doesn't count for...
The rule is you have to play half of the regular season or one Stanley Cup final game.
Oh, because it's just one game. Okay.
If you're
the half, yeah.
Yeah, if you're a goalie, you don't have to play. You just have to be dressed because both goalies don't play, obviously.
Yeah, that counts as being... Okay.
So it counts as playing one of the games if you're dressed.
Yeah, you're dressed. That's all that matters.
So guys, they'll have to...
Yeah, Aiden Hill lifting it now. And I'm surprised, Quick got it before him. Okay.
Yeah, Quick got it real early.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, at this point, it devolves. Who knows who gets it next, right?
Yeah. And
after 3 or 4, it's like whoever's up. You up? All right, cool.
And they all know they're going to get their turn.
There's the man.
Yeah.
The man himself.
Iron Man.
Phil Kessel. A 3-time cup champion. I'm going to vomit.
It's like, somebody get me a hot dog. I need a sit
down. Somebody get me a dog right now. That's so distressing, dude. That hurts me to my core. I love Phil. He was given a bad rep here in Toronto because he had to do everything his goddamn self on a really shitty team.
Love seeing a native host the cup.
Yeah, Zach Whitecloud.
Congratulations. Yeah. What a journey for him. Absolute.
Yeah.
Amazing story.
Seriously. Did Jordan Tutu win a cup?
No.
No?
I don't think so. Had a good run one year.
Is he the first Aboriginal Canadian,
hockey player?
By heritage hockey player to win a cup? I'm sure there were back in the day, but a ton of them, but recently. A few Ethan Bear and Jordan Tutu and all these guys who have that
Reggie
heritage.
Leach in 1975 was the first.
Yeah.
TJ Oshie was the last one.
Oh, TJ, I didn't realize TJ Oshie
Yeah, he's
is.
Ojibwe.
Oh, cool. Good for him. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, not many.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna log off, I think, here and go watch this and enjoy the rest of this celebration.
Yes. Congratulations to the Vegas Golden Knights, the most successful expansion team in the NHL ever. Obviously, we talked about Philly won it after in their 7th year.
Yeah, 7th year, and this is Vegas' 6th, I think.
But that being said, in the first 6 years, Philly was not as successful as Vegas was.
No.
Purely based off wins, not even just based off the Cup victory here. Vegas has been the most successful expansion team in NHL history. They've made a record tonight there. They made a record tonight of the most goals in a Stanley Cup winning game, and it's deserved. They're the best team in the league. They're the best team tonight. They're the best team in the series, best team in the playoffs, best team in the NHL. They deserve their cup.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I just maximized the Discord, and now your aspect ratio is all messed up, so we're going to call it a quits. Enjoy the rest of your night. Go Vegas. Can't wait till next season. Road to 2024 Stanley Cup starts now, baby. Good night.